Well, guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. We're just keeping it casual today. We're doing a little Combat Insiders Live fight companion for UFC 242. Obviously, if you don't know already, shame on you. Dustin Poirier versus Khabib Nurmagomedov is today, and they have an early, weird start time. The main card starts at 2 p.m., so sync us up with the show, and we're just going to be chatting. We're going to have people in and out of the stream. So fear not. It's going to be a good time. Like I said, just real casual. Uh, chat it up in the chat down below. We'll communicate. Tell me your thoughts. What do you guys? Who are you guys picking for tonight? Dustin or Khabib is an interesting fight, right? We all know what Khabib is gonna do, right? Everybody knows it. He's uh, 27 and 0. Everybody knows what he's gonna do. It's just a matter of who can stop him. No one's been able to stop him thus far. Dustin's a different kind of animal, right? We saw that he's able to stop the pressure of someone like a Max Holloway or a Justin Gaethje, right? He's able to stop that pressure. He's good at stopping the setups and cutting people off and kind of inserting his will. Now, obviously with Khabib, it's a different ball game because he's a master grappler, and there's no apples comparison here. He is a one of a kind. He's a one of a kind athlete. He's a one of a kind fighter. So can he stop the setups of Khabib though? Because Khabib likes pressing forward as well. It'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting fight tonight. It'll be interesting to see how this all unfolds. Again, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm not sure where you're watching it at, but like I said, wherever you're watching, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it so much. We are dual streaming on YouTube and Facebook. So, like I said, wherever you're at, we appreciate you so much. If you like the stream, guys, please like it, subscribe, share, all that stuff, right? All the social media stuff people always say. Just help us out. It helps us out a ton if you do that for us. And so just smash those buttons and just help us get the word out. We appreciate it so much. Like I said, super casual environment. No pressure here. People are going to be in and out of the streams pretty much during the whole card. So it'll be me. It'll be we might have Nick Portella, Justin Sims, and a few other people just kind of stopping by in and out of the stream. Again, super casual. Send me your questions. Who do you think is going to win, Dustin or Khabib? I'm curious to hear. Like I said, if you guys see a little bit of silence, don't worry. Like I said, super casual. I'm not trying to work. I'm not trying to work too hard right now because I want to enjoy the show too. But like I said, just keep it casual, man. Tell me what you guys are thinking. I mean, Paul Felder and Barboza too. Let's not forget about that fight. This is the rematch from them. It'll be interesting to see who comes on top of that. Barboza got the best of Felder their first go around, but I don't think anybody's forgotten that nasty spinning back kick to the nuts that Barboza did to Felder. So I don't think anybody can forget about that. I'm about to bring in my buddy here. Speaking of bringing in people, bringing my buddy Justin Sims. I don't know if he's ready for us. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready for us, Justin. There you go. He's ready for us.
With his hands here.
Yeah.
We're gonna adjust the screen. Hold it down.
What's up, brother? How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
We are better now that we see you.
Oh, you're too nice. You're too kind. You're too kind.
Show them what you're wearing.
What you got? Oh, okay. All right.
I'm Team Dustin. I can't root against ATT guys.
Wait, so how does that work in the household? You got a Khabib fan and a Dustin fan. How does this work?
It's like
she's on FSU. She's on penis probation.
Now wait a minute. Depending on who wins, like what happens tonight? Depending on who wins.
Probation doesn't matter.
Okay. All right.
Who wins? All right. So we should do a wager.
All right.
Do a wager for us. Obviously, my money is her money, so that doesn't work. It has to be like a. No, like you have to do this if Dustin wins type of thing.
You got to make it interesting.
Yeah, so let's come up with something that's like a bet for this.
Yeah. Huh.
Like if Khabib loses and Dustin wins, she has to. How kid friendly is this show?
How what? How kid friendly? There's no limitations. You say whatever you want.
I was gonna say like I don't know, like some kind of wow, I don't know, like sexual, I don't know, something.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that on the show. It might be.
How about she gets to punch me in the face?
Yeah, let's do that.
On her show, if Khabib wins.
Let's do that.
And all right, and if but what happens if Dustin wins? What do I get? No, I'm not punching you in the face.
She still gets to punch you in the face. I don't know.
All right, you know that's bullshit. We got to figure something else out. But if I'll say right now, if Khabib wins, I will let her punch me in the face on your show.
Okay, let's do it.
I don't take punches to the face well, which is why I'm on this side of fighting.
There you go. Let's do it.
Great ratings. Fabian, my friend, visiting from Thailand.
Oh, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's happening?
John,
All right.
the fights with us as well. Calderwood's on her back right now, which is never good for her. But I thought she was piecing her up in the beginning, man, with the Muay Thai. She checked a nice low kick from Lee, and then was landing some really nice low kicks earlier. But then I was talking to you, and I didn't see what happened with her on the ground. And then we've got Super Phil, one of South Florida's most talented artists.
There you go. What's up, man? How you doing?
So we got a lot of people coming in and out today.
That's all right. That's all right.
Representing
Hotel.
That's all right.
So that
Keep it out like that.
yeah. So who are your picks? Who do you got?
Man, I tell you what, it was for the main event, man. I got to go with Poirier because I tell you why. Now, obviously, I was just explaining before. Everybody knows what Khabib's going to do. It's no secret, right? We all know he's going to go in, go for the takedown, go for the ground and pound. He wants to humiliate you. You know, whether it's sub, TKO, whatever. Everybody knows what he's going to do. The question is, you know, the thing is, no one's been able to stop it, even knowing what he's going to do, right?
Right.
Whereas I said Poirier, I think he's a different kind of animal, man, because you had guys like Gaethje and Holloway, kind of similar fight styles in the sense that they're very high pressure fighters, and they kind of prey on people being overwhelmed, right? Whereas Poirier is a little different. Poirier is actually good against that type of fight style. He's good at someone trying to pressure him because he's gonna stop your setups and he's gonna stop your pressure and then insert pressure of his own, which throws guys like that off their game completely. Like Holloway and Gaethje, they were thrown off of their game completely against Poirier, right? Now, granted, that's striking, that's not grappling, but I think that Khabib is similar in the pressure department. It's just you're kind of changing out the grappling instead of the striking, and it's not an apples to apples comparison. But I think he's going to be good at trying to prevent Khabib from getting the proper setups. And I think Dustin is a good enough wrestler, not better wrestler obviously than Khabib, but I think he's going to be good enough to at least stuff some of the takedowns and maybe catch Khabib on the way up, or frustrate Khabib to where he starts making mistakes. And I think that's all you have to do. I don't think this fight is going to be won by a mile. I think it's going to be inches. I think Dustin's going to have to stay patient, and I think he can outstrike. I think he can outpoint Khabib and win it by decision. I'm going with Dustin by decision.
Wow. Listen, that's a great – I mean, I love your breakdown just now. And actually, I agree with you almost 100%. I'm going to take the Estevan Payan route here because he put on Facebook today, Estevan, the UFC and bare knuckle veteran. He said today that, Dustin trains at American Top Team. We're in Palm right now, so that's our neck of the woods. And it's a wrestle heavy camp. I mean, you got to think this guy's been probably having Colby Covington, who's bigger than Khabib, working his sprawl and brawl, like you're saying. And also, I think a lot of people forget that Conor McGregor actually stopped a couple takedowns early in the fight. And if Dustin definitely can. Dustin's got a better, tank. I think that you might see a surprise today. I think Dustin might make Khabib tired.
That would be interesting.
And just piece him up at the end. I'm looking for a late stoppage from Dustin.
Okay. All right.
I'm getting evil eye from like Princess Khabib Nurmagomedov over here.
What's her official take? I mean, other than Khabib's going to win, what's her official take? What does she think's going to happen?
Okay, that's
All right. So,
switch off. No, stay there, Phil.
So Justin had some good points as far as the grappling goes. I mean, I see it. I mean, I kind of want to say kind of like the whole Ally Quinta. He's going to go the distance. But I think as far as points go, I think they're going to give it to Khabib. I mean,
How do you see it going, though?
Smashing him.
I really don't.
Give us your prediction.
It's going to be very exhausting on both parts. What I think Dustin's going to do is probably try to go in full force quick.
Okay.
And possibly Khabib just kind of wearing on him, tiring him. I see Dustin going in full force.
Okay.
This Khabib might be more of what Khabib does, more of like a, sitting back,
Defensive.
very defensive, because as far as fighters go, and this is what I was telling Justin, there are not too many fighters that hold great defensive skill.
Right.
And Khabib is one of those guys where he's extremely smart defensively.
Right.
And I feel that Dustin might come in, full force and, by round 3, getting a little winded, getting tired. And then that's something that Khabib's really good on, is holding back, and then letting loose. But I feel it going to points. I feel it going to decision. I think Khabib's going to win based on decision. That's
okay.
One way to say Khabib's going to win by decision.
because it's not, it's.
Fabian, how's this fight going to
You
go
would
down?
ask me about the Conor McGregor one. I would have told you exactly what happened.
Fabian,
It would not gone that way.
I haven't seen enough of Dustin Poirier's skills to say whether he can knock Khabib out. Based on what I know about Khabib,
woo!
he's fought.
I'm sorry, Calderwood just Khabib'd Lee.
Yeah,
I'm watching it.
She just Khabib'd the shit out of her. Go ahead.
Khabib, he's made his career beating strikers. I mean, he beat Michael Johnson, who's an orthodox fighter. Yes.
Yeah.
Michael Johnson has a KO over Poirier. Not that MMA math is real. Just throw that in there.
Yeah, he does. Well, and Michael Johnson's a tough guy, and I think Michael Johnson is very underrated. He's a very underrated
I
fighter.
think so too.
He's a beast.
He basically took Michael Johnson apart. He's a way superior wrestler. He's not afraid of going toe to toe with someone who can strike like Michael Johnson. However, Poirier, from what I've seen, is a better wrestler than Johnson is. With that being said, I don't think Dustin's striking. I mean, I don't think anyone's striking is good enough to stop someone like Khabib. He's fought people who are unorthodox and taken them down like Conor McGregor. I hope Dustin can get it done, because I just personally don't like Khabib. But
It's gonna be the whole card like this. Hey, wait till the main event when she's crying, bro.
All right.
Yeah, I don't like Khabib personally, but as a fan of the fight game, I don't see how Dustin will come out of this with a W.
You don't think he has the skills?
No, I think he'll go the same way Michael Johnson went. I think he'll take him down in the first round
And try to rip his arm off again while he's begging him to quit?
He'll
Remember
go
that
straight to
shit?
the takedown and tire him out. I don't think he'll have the gas to throw heavy punches in the later rounds.
Who, Dustin or Khabib?
Dustin.
Dustin.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I
don't
was
think he'll have the gas.
But that goes back to what Josh
so you're
was
going
saying.
for Khabib?
I'm not going for him.
The way you made it
What's your
sound.
prediction?
I'm not going for him.
His
but
prediction is
I
Khabib
predict
to
Khabib.
smash.
I don't know if he'll smash him either, but he'll win. I'm confident saying he'll win.
I don't know. I think the end of that Michael Johnson fight was smashing. I mean, he was literally on top of him going, "You have to give up. I need title shot.
If he does, he
You
does.
have to give up. In my village, I've been kicked in face by mule. I feel nothing." Like, dude.
No, 100%. Guys, if you're just not tuning in, I see a lot of people tuning in from YouTube and Facebook. Please smash that like button, smash the share button, smash the subscribe button. You know what to do, all the social media stuff. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for joining us. We're just going to be keeping it casual. We're watching 242. And guys, tell us your thoughts in the chat below. Who do you got? Poirier, Khabib? We're just kind of going back and forth with our thoughts and hanging out. Like I said, super casual. But no, yeah, Michael Johnson, man, he was super underrated, and I think Khabib really, he was really on fire, man. And I think after the Conor fight, I'm curious to see how he is after the Conor fight because it was so emotionally charged.
Now he's got the payday.
Well, right, that's what I'm saying. Now that
payday.
Now that he's got the payday, does he still have that same fire? I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying that I'm curious to see how this fight goes. Does he still have that same? Is it still the same Khabib that's going to be coming in, smashing and pounding and doing what he does best? Probably, but I'm curious to see.
That's a great point, though, because that is it almost seems like it's a different Khabib. You know, the Khabib during the Michael Johnson fight was give me your chicken.
Right.
For all that, give me your chicken.
Yeah.
Tell Dana between rounds, sitting on the stool, I'm gonna smash your guy. That was a different kind of fire, like you're saying. But Khabib always did, in his defense, always said it wasn't about the money. It was about the legacy and all of that. Now, I think another thing that's going to be very telling of why I don't think Khabib won't lose easily, not only because he's Khabib, but he has his dad in his corner too. That having his dad is like feeling like he has a lion standing behind him.
Now, I'll flip that around because I read somewhere, and I don't remember who it was, but somebody made a good point about that, about his father being there. Is that added pressure because it is the first time that he's ever been with him at a UFC fight? Is it, like you said, is it inspire more confidence, or does it inspire more pressure?
Like Buster Douglas with his mom?
Sure,
or
yeah.
Getting knocked out in front of your hometown, feeling the pressure like that.
That's what I'm saying.
It's hard to say. But I'm sure that he's lost in front of his father before. You know,
yeah.
His father, as from what I know about his personal circumstances, Khabib eats, sleeps, and I don't know how.
Well, his dad had him wrestling bears when he was a kid and
when
shit.
He was a kid.
Right, it's not a normal dad.
Yeah, right, it's not a normal life.
Right,
the dude's a machine. I think it's interesting. It's a good point. His father will be there, but it could go.
I mean, I think either way, each fighter feels the pressure of the moment because it's a unification bout. They both want it so bad. But not only that, remember, this stadium that they're fighting in right now is the first time they've ever fought in this stadium. It was built for UFC.
Yeah.
You're walking into an arena going, I'm the main event, and they built this place for this?
And then they're going to tear the bitch because they did something similar. Well, they did the same thing when they had the Anderson Silva Damian Maia fight was in the same spot, and they literally built the arena for the show and then tore that bitch down.
I hated that card, by the way.
It was a pretty rough card.
Remember that was the BJ Penn Frankie Edgar 1 fight?
Yeah,
the co-main event, and I was like so pumped for both those fights, and then it was like, I don't know.
It was a pretty dull card to say the least.
Lackluster for sure.
Lackluster for sure.
But I didn't know that they broke it down after that. That's crazy, man. Abu Dhabi's a really unique.
Yeah, it's something to do with the government there. They don't allow, like, literally UFC. They have like a special relationship with the government there. They don't allow like new buildings or.
Hold on a second. She's doing my secret move. You missed it. It was the ass punch. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. She stole that shit from me. Go ahead, Josh.
Guys, if you're just joining in, please share the stream, like the stream. If you're new to the channel, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, we are streaming on both. Give us a subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. And we really appreciate you for stopping by. Like I said, you're going to hear me say it 1,000 times more. Keep it casual. We're just chatting, nothing crazy. We're just watching the show, having a little fun, giving our thoughts on stuff as it happens. Give your thoughts down below, and we'll have a little discussion.
Josh, let me ask you, because we haven't even touched on it yet.
Yeah, man.
Co-main event rematch: Barboza, Paul Felder. Dude, honestly, that's fight of the night for me right now.
Yeah, it definitely could be. And I think one thing that I touched on with the other night, we were talking about this with Juan Adams, and both those guys are. So Paul Felder and Edson Barboza, they're in completely different training camps than they were the first time they fought. So they both are under different tutelage. I think it presents an interesting dynamic that's different from the first fight. I think it'll be a war because both those guys, there's just no quit in either of them. They're both hard hitters. As long as Paul Felder doesn't take another spinning back kick to the nuts, I think maybe Paul Felder might. I think he might pull it out this time.
That's his weakness.
Oh, here comes the winner right here. Hold on.
They killed.
Calderwood Lee. I got Calderwood, but man, this is an important fight right here. The number 5 and the number 6 ranked girl in the world. That's a rank moving fight here.
On the right.
You got Lee? I had Calderwood, but then again, I didn't really watch it. Bruce Buffer's suit. Yes, Calderwood. Yeah. Bruce Buffer's suit collection, I would take over Jay Leno's car collection.
I don't know there, bro.
That's tough.
Call me.
I don't know about that. I mean, don't get me. I would love to see it. I would love to see its collection, but I don't know, my man.
I would be the best looking pedestrian you've ever seen.
Very true. Very true. Very true.
Punch that what Mr. Justice said. So,
narrating everything he does.
Calderwood, when she talks, sounds like the sweetest. She's Danish, right? She's from Denmark, I think.
Something like that. Yeah.
Dude, she's like the Swedish Danish girl that like invites you over for like tea and scrumpets. You don't tuck the napkin the right way on the table, she kicks your fucking head off. She's like,
oh, look at that.
ooh.
Yeah,
she's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Muay Thai background. She was on The Ultimate Fighter and kind of now has had a resurrection.
She gave her a little elbow over the head right at the end when the belt came.
So going back to Paul Felder and Barboza.
Yeah.
The reason why I love that fight so much is not only because the two guys respect each other, and that usually means they trained really hard and they're trying to make adjustments. And I didn't even know the point you brought up that they're coming from 2 different camps.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing. And the fact that they're both really creative strikers.
Yes.
Which makes it almost like a little bit lower tier version of when Pettis fought Wonder Boy. It was like, oh shit, here comes Styles. Like, who's gonna like out ninja the other samurai? You know?
That's a good point. Yeah. I could see that. Yeah, that's a good point.
But I got Paul Felder winning, man. I'm a little bit biased because he's got Jared Gordon in his camp, and Jared Gordon's my buddy. But I just think he wants it more. I don't think Barboza, man. I mean, he's coming off the Gaethje fight. I don't know if Barboza is the same as he was when he fought Paul Felder, the first time. And I don't mean skill wise. I mean durability.
Yeah. That's true. Guys, real quick. Sorry for the guys in the chat. Real quick. Apparently, my chat was disabled for YouTube. It is now enabled, so we're good to go. I don't know why I was disabled the first time, but like I said, please leave your comments, and we will respond. So please leave us your comments, and we'll get a little discussion going. Sorry, go ahead, Justin.
Combat Insiders. Yeah, just look at that. I'm going with Paul Felder, man. I just think that he's the type of guy that you got to kill. A lot of these guys are this way. You got to kill him. You got to really finish him to put him away. And I don't, with this being a rematch and him how he's talked about how much he was affected by the loss, I just don't think that he's going to allow himself to feel like that again. I mean, he even said he's lost sleep over the fight.
Yeah.
It's training camp. Like, I don't want to get hit by that again. And I'm sure he was probably referring to the spinning nut sack shot like you're talking.
Yes.
I have nightmares about him getting hit with that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Dude, look at that place, man. Wow. That place.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
Something special, man. I got to give it to UFC. Production-wise, I'm a film guy. Production-wise, they are second to none, man.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I wonder how much that costs because they showed like a little promo of they've been doing construction on it since June, right? Of this one building that they're gonna tear down after the show's over. They've been doing this construction since June. I'm curious as to like how many millions of dollars it's taken and just the sheer manpower to build an arena. Like, I'll just give you an example. We have because I'm local to Richmond, Virginia. We have a Richmond Coliseum. They were talking about breaking this bitch down because it's like, I don't know, it's built back in like the damn 70s or something. They're talking about like rebuilding, on the same site, just tearing the whole arena down. They're talking this being like a 5-year project to build this brand new arena. These fuckers got this done in 2 months.
Yeah, that's nuts. I mean, look, how much you got to think too, like how much did the whole event cost? That's just for that.
Yeah.
Everybody over there, people that are over there right now. I know people that are over there right now. There's so many people over there. Yeah. And then you got to think it's kind of like if you own a restaurant, like if we own a Duffy's and we have 250 seat capacity and we want to order the UFC pay-per-view, they're going to charge us whatever, $10 per seat in our capacity. So 10 times 250. Then we got, are we going to sell enough beer and appetizers tonight to make that money back plus some? So the UFC's got to know we're going to spend whatever, let's say $4 million putting this together, but we're going to make 30 million. So it's whatever, the numbers are crazy, man. Like, it's wild.
Right.
What do you guys got?
2 o'clock. The main card should be starting there soon.
Neither do I. I'm guessing.
I would hope that the numbers are that high. I mean, it's the UFC. They just started doing matches in what country was it? Shoot. Well, anyways, they're worldwide now, so it's hard to say how much money they're making.
Yeah, I mean,
you're the numbers guy.
Yeah, the numbers, right? Yeah. I mean, it's just what I want to go back to the Khabib Poirier prediction.
Okay. Yeah.
Me personally, I don't know either fighter. So no, coming objectively and based on what I heard, the way you guys are picking it apart, and me going last, I personally feel somebody's gonna get knocked out. I don't know which one or who, but based on what you guys are saying, it's probably gonna be Dustin, because if he does come out gung-ho like that, it's obviously showing some insecurity or some type of like you're a professional. You got to be reserved. You got to respond. You got to defend. You got to, so there's a play. And then the UFC.
Here's Khabib smashing right now.
Right. Well, these are highlights, but still, at the end of the day,
he has good, decent hands.
I mean, they picked the two because they obviously were a good match. Either one is not going to just, override the other one. But I think if I had to pick. Based on the point system and everything going on, I mean, dude, did he say he was wrestling bears?
When he was a kid.
Wrestling bears. Fucking bears, yes.
Like, for real?
yeah, like there's video evidence. There's a video of him wrestling a bear.
You have fresh eyes.
Yeah, this is totally new. I just see what he looked like for the first time. But I'm thinking, just based on that, I mean, that's pretty good info to know. And I'm sure the other guy knows. And the other guy knows his tactics, all his grappling, and you know what I mean. So if he's gonna get down on the floor, he knows if he can't, he's not gonna let him get down on the floor.
Yeah.
That he has to just knock him out. He's just gonna go and knock him out.
I mean, for the most part, the only game plan against Khabib, because his wrestling is so top notch. There's not another wrestler in his division who can wrestle with him,
right,
and also stand up. The only thing you can do is prevent yourself from going to the ground,
right,
against Khabib.
So by doing that, you got to take him out of his element. Whatever he's comfortable doing, he just has to do the opposite. So if it's going crazy and reckless and all out in the first round, then that's what he would probably have to do. Just to kind of create some leverage, because if he can't go toe to toe, he can't grapple with him.
Look how calm he is, though.
I mean, unless he's getting paid to just milk the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think I think it's gonna be pretty competitive.
Right.
I think it's no doubt going to be pretty competitive.
So he's going to have to pull it out of somewhere. I'm sure both of them want to win, but at the end of the day, the arena, it doesn't matter, because once they're fighting, they could be in a playground, a hallway. It's going to be that zone. Everything's going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The money, don't get me wrong. When money's no longer a factor, you can be more natural and you can be more authentic. But when you're behind the 8 ball and you have to win, you're doing things that, unless you practice that way, you're doing things that it's not natural. If you have a chance to go ahead and just fight, you just fucking elbow and fucking uppercut, and you're just doing your thing because that's how you practice, that's how you do it. Then
did he ever get his $2 million?
That's a lot of money.
Did Khabib ever get his $2 million? I'm assuming so because
yes, he got his money.
Well, I thought didn't they hold back like half of it or something? Didn't they hold back a lot of the money, the commission? Right?
More recently that he actually he got his money.
Did he get it back? Okay.
I thought they like files because I remember reading it and go, wow, finally, better late than never.
Okay. Yeah, I remember they held it from him and Connor. I wasn't sure. I actually never. I don't remember even reading about it. I guess I'm slacking on that.
Unless I got my
Jessica has said she has a scintillating prediction for Barboza and Paul Felder.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right.
Okay, no, I mean.
Oh, she got to explain it.
It's scintillating. She said,
It isn't that so much in words. It's just when I first saw the fight card and I saw those two lined up, I Barbosa I love. I'm a little nervous for Edson Barbosa.
You're nervous for Edson?
Yes.
Okay.
A little bit, and because Paul, I think Paul's going to clip him when he's not expecting it, and it's going to it's not going to be good. I mean, he's just going to get him off. He's going to stun him.
Okay. All right.
Doesn't even see, and that will be that just unexpected win for Paul Felder. It's something. I mean, I'm more of an Edson Barbosa fan, but I don't see him winning.
Okay.
And there's a lot of fights like that where I have my favorites and I just
Scintillating.
It's not really all that.
Well, no, you know what? No, I understand what you're saying because it is sometimes you kind of put yourself in a pickle, right? Because like you have let's just say, for instance, you're a fan of one guy, but you actually think the other guy's probably going to win. It's hard. It hurts when you have to do that. But you know what? It shows that you're not biased. You know what I mean? It shows that you can pick and actually look at the facts and look at everything on paper and pick somebody that you think is going to win over the favorite. That's not a bad thing. It sucks.
It does. It's like the last UL fight. I mean, that was rough. That was rough to watch.
Yeah.
Because we met him in Orlando, and at the time I was pregnant, and he just rubbed my belly and thank you so much, God bless you and your family. And I was just, this man, and
right.
He lost, he's lost the 2 fights, since then. But it was hard because trying to put bets down, Justin goes, I'm not going to touch that for $1 million. There's no way I'm touching that fight. And it was hard to watch him lose. We didn't think he was going to win, but it was hard watching him lose. And because now that Punchline is wrapped up with so many fighters, he films them, for their highlight reels. So when he's building the highlight reel, he's making all these connections with these fighters. He's meeting their family, their stories. When he sees them go down, when he sees them lose, to him it's heartbreaking.
Well,
it's rough.
Josh knows what that's like.
You know exactly what that's like. So and now that he's doing it every week, he goes, oh, this guy has this, and this is this guy's wife, and this is his mom, and so it's just. He doesn't look at fights the same way he looked at fights for 20 years. It's difficult, and I'm still in that mindset. He's been looking at this, fights the same way for 20 years. That's where I am still kind of where he's surpassed me. And he's like, it's a job. So having our favorites and watching them lose it hurts.
It sucks.
So.
But that's part of the thing that makes this sport the best sport in the world.
And they're so humble.
Because I'm an Eagles fan,
gracious.
and when the Eagles lose, I don't want to cry. Sometimes when they draft, I want to cry. But you know what I'm saying? It's different than if you watch a team lose. Yeah. If you're not watching them concussed with their eyes rolling in the back on the ground.
Brother, I've been a Bills fan my entire life. You want to talk about hard to be a fan? I tell you what. You know what though? I'm loyal. I'm loyal to them. Win or lose, I've been loyal to them. So,
are you from Buffalo?
No. You know what? I tell you what it is. My dad has always been like a Buffalo Bills fan. I think it just kind of like as a kid growing up, he was always into the Bills. So I guess I just kind of got into him. I mean, I don't really have any other reason other than that. But I mean, I've been a fan of theirs. Yeah. Since, as far as back as I can remember. And I refuse to switch teams. I refuse. I've been with them the whole time.
That's a true fan.
I'm not switching. So
yeah,
it is what it is. But it's been tough.
By the way, I'm going to say it right here. Diego Ferreira, I love him, and he's a Florida guy. He's going to get knocked out in like the first or second round of this fight. You heard it.
Ooh, okay. All right. Guys, if you're just now joining us, I see a few more people have kind of got on here. So we're dual streaming on YouTube and our Facebook platforms. If you're new to the channel, first off, thanks for joining us. Second off, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, like button if you like what you see. If not, it's okay too. It is what it is. We're going to start doing this stuff a lot more often. We have a live show already every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do a live show with guests come on. We talk about all kinds of stuff. We're also doing the fight companions like this more often with UFC cards, the BKFC cards, and whatever else our little hearts desire. So please check it out. Keep it tuned in here, and we appreciate you so much. And like I said, just casual atmosphere. We're just kind of BSing about the fights. First fight on the main card is coming on now, so guys, just keep it casual. Put your questions down in the chat below. We will read them. We will respond, and let's get a conversation going. So,
Diego's getting knocked out in the first round. You heard it here first.
All right. Diego knockout first round.
No, he's getting knocked out.
Yeah, that feels
he's getting knocked out.
Yeah. A little personal.
Gotcha.
Wow.
No, I actually know Diego, but he's not going to win this fight.
Who's he?
Well,
not this.
The Russian kid that knocks everybody out.
yeah. You know what's funny? I forgot what the fighter circled.
So it's not even Diego. It's just whoever versus that guy.
Well, look, Diego's chin is questionable, I think.
Yes.
And he's been finished before. If he gets the fight to the ground, the chances of him winning go way up. If it stays standing, I don't think it's gonna last long.
I'm not familiar with that too, so I'm just gonna watch.
No, the other guy, it's the Russian guy, right? The guy with the long name I can't pronounce.
Maka, whatever.
Maka. Yeah, that guy.
Listen, Diego's a beast. Ultimate
card,
fighter, Brazil winner. He's a good fighter.
I'm gonna find out which fighter.
See, the thing is with these fights is it reminds me of pool, because once you guys are like at a certain level, you guys both know how to punch, you both know how to kick. It's all psychology at that point. Do you know, Josh, about like the psychology of these guys? Like who's ready for it? Who already sees it happening? Like how do these guys predict or visualize the fight going into it? Like I know there's interviews and shit, but at the end of the day, there's usually one that expects to win and the other one kind of, like I don't know. It's weird, but
that's a fair point.
Yeah, once you're at a certain level, it's psychology.
No, that's a fair point. And a lot of those guys they'll bring that up because, like you said, when you get to a certain level, everybody's good. Like everybody is a world-class expert. Like everybody. Now there are certain specialists like Khabib who is a specialist at grappling, so it's a little different, right? You have certain stand-up specialists, and there are certain things that are slightly better than other people, but for the most part, you're right. Like everybody is, the world-class athletes are in the UFC for a reason. So I think, what it really comes down to is who wants it more. And like you said, the psychology of it, like how are these guys training mentally? How are they fight week, how are they preparing themselves? How are they getting ready for the fight?
Is it just drills, or are they actually having like a mental coach, like a psychologist? Are they like actually talking about questions, doubts, fears?
Yeah.
Over just testosterone and just fucking,
No, some of them actually have like mental, matter of fact, like mental positivity coaches, like for real.
Yeah,
like
sure.
I've heard of some of these guys actually paying positivity coaches.
I think John Jones actually mentioned having someone like that a few years back before the whole scandal.
It's like a mentor or something.
Before which scandal?
Yeah. before the most recent scandal with the picograms.
Oh, the picograms.
Yeah. Prior to that, he was, going on his whole tour saying he was reformed, and he did mention having someone like that, like a mentor, like a life coach.
Right, and that right there can literally take you to a whole nother section. Like, you're a specialist in grappling, and just like the people who are setting up the fights behind the scenes, they go, all right, this guy's a specialist in grappling. Do they line it up with another specialist in grappling, or they balance it with like somebody that's a stand-up fighter or something?
It just depends. It's just kind of a.
It's not random.
I'll throw something. Let me throw something interesting in before this fight starts. I was watching Dean Thomas do a one-on-one training session. I can't name the UFC fighter he was doing it with.
Okay.
But the entire 30-minute one-on-one was all about getting in the right position, being in the right position.
Right.
And they weren't talking about ground. It was striking position.
Right.
And he used an interesting analogy. He said it's like throwing up a softball and hitting it. Putting yourself in the right position and then hitting it.
Yeah.
Yourself in the right position, hitting it.
Not just swinging.
So I think it's a lot of visualizing,
visualization,
stuff like that. And like you said, what you guys were talking about, a lot of these guys have mental coaches and stuff. I mean, it's so mental, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the
pressure is insane. Like, the pressure that these guys have is. I've never faced pressure like that, and I've been on stage.
Right.
This is there are thousands of people cheering, screaming.
But this kid is a monster, dude.
After a certain point,
this Mikhailov kid, I'm telling you.
Well, after a certain point, it's like 1,000, 10,000. Like, you don't even. It's like, all right, there's just pressure at that point. And these guys, whoever can handle that, some people fold under that pressure, and some people actually they. And I'm one that, and I can speak for that. Every time I'm behind or the pressure is on me, it's the easiest for me to react and to perform. When no pressure,
here we go.
There's more room for fuck ups.
Round one.
All right, round one. And by the way, the Russian kid kind of looks like the stepson of the neighbors in the Burbs.
Okay.
Everybody knows that's an amazing reference if you look at a close up of him.
Guys who are tuning in and watching, if we get a little quiet, don't worry. We're just kind of focused on the fights. So just bear with us here.
We got the Russian dude here who you guys say has been knocking everyone out. Yeah.
Tyson. Well,
only I've been saying that, really. That's what I said.
He looks like he has some good movement,
This is kinetic chess at this moment.
Yeah.
So who has the advantage? The guy in the center?
We're going to find out in the next 30 seconds who has the advantage here.
If he can keep moving like this, it's hard to hit when you move around. He's north to the.
I think Tiramisu is trying to set a trap for him here.
Ferrari.
He's got the nasty leg kicks.
He's waiting for the opening. Like, he's gonna keep moving. He reminds me of what's his name?
Tiramisu's loading up though.
Yeah. But you know what? It's not a lot of volume. So he is like he's moving a lot. He's on his bike, but he's also conserving a little bit. He's not just throwing a bunch of strikes.
No, he's keeping them at range.
It
looks like he's looking for the big one.
He's working angles, man.
Yeah.
He's trying to get it.
He's seeing where he's weak, where his legs.
Ooh, that uppercut.
That's too much. Yeah.
I think Diego thinks he hurt him or something. He's
trying to just strike it.
He's stalking. He's stalking a little more aggressively here.
Yeah, the other guy's like bouncing around. This guy's just like,
I'm telling you,
I just wants to knock him out.
The longer the fight is on the feet, the more likely yellow goes down.
I'm thinking
he's loading up. Like John said, loading up.
Yeah.
For that home run.
Oh.
Woo! Balance. That shit hurts.
it just throws your whole shit off.
Oh, dude, well, they're kicking right here.
Yeah.
The soft of your knee, bro. Like, come on.
Oh, if you've ever been kicked in the
Yeah,
back,
everyone that's
you're
ever
going
been
down
kicked.
every time.
Yeah, those tendons there.
Oh, it's
the first thing I tell people when they go to their first fight. I say, wait till you hear the first leg kick land.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a whole new appreciation.
It changes your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, going upstairs with that high kick.
Yeah, it gives you something totally new to be afraid of.
It's
I tell you what was nasty. I was at the card. I was at the card where Matt Brown knocked out Diego Sanchez with an elbow,
and he did the somersault. Yeah,
I was at that fight, and you heard like it was almost like a thud.
First round knockout. Here it is. Sorry, John.
Now he's on the back.
Yeah.
Because he
I
tasted
don't
that
think
power.
he really had an advantage. I think it's
So you were at that fight, you said. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just saying like that when Matt Brown knocked out Diego Sanchez with his elbow, or yeah, it was a spinning back elbow or something. It was.
I think it was
Oh
a
no!
normal
It was
elbow.
just, yeah.
Kind of hit him like behind the ear.
But it was like a thud sound. It was
Yeah, that was a rough dude. That was a rough, awkward knockout to watch. And he like somersaulted forward and just like
yes.
Like, I was like that was when I was like, bro, please retire. Like, dude. But Matt Brown
that was also the same night that was also the Poirier Pettis fight when Pettis had to like I don't know he like broke a rib or something and, like that was weird as shit too, not being able to hear the commentary because all we saw was Poirier was mounted on top of Pettis and then like the fight was stopped. Everybody was like, "What the hell just happened?"
Yeah.
And there was nothing, So
not until later. I was
later
as hell by Poirier that night.
He's gonna keep looking for that overhand.
Yeah, yellow def Ferrier, right?
No. Tiramisu. He's gonna keep looking for that overhand.
Oh, okay. All right, he's got 50 seconds to make my prediction correct. Come on.
Guys, once again, thanks for tuning in. If you're just now joining the channel, please hit the like button, share button, subscribe button. We are dual streaming on YouTube and Facebook, wherever you're at. We appreciate you. We're keeping it casual and just watching the fight. So if you hear some silence, no worries. We're still here.
Ooh, God, those leg kicks are brutal.
Yeah.
Dude, Diego's hobbling already. And look, he just switched stances. He can't put a lot of weight on that foot.
I mean, realistically, you can't take a whole lot of kicks. I mean, you can't take a lot of leg kicks, man.
Yeah, no.
Nobody.
No one. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that.
Especially this early in the fight. You got to think he's got to fight 10 minutes still. Maybe on one foot.
Doesn't matter, round two.
Okay, I was wrong.
He made it out the first round.
I was wrong.
Josh, I love you, brother. I'm actually leaving. I'm going down to Miami to film PFL.
All right, buddy.
But I'm leaving you in great hands, my wife, and you're gonna have a few other MMA cage potatoes sliding.
There you go. Sounds good, brother.
Drop their knowledge, but go Poirier and Combat Insiders. I love you guys.
All right, man. Have a good trip.
I think you say go Bills.
Go Bills.
Yeah, right.
I'm a Green Bay
Hey,
fan, so I understand.
Yeah, but at least Green Bay is kind of respectable. I don't know, like the Bills. I mean, okay, yeah, we went to the Super Bowl 4 times and lost. So okay, yeah, woohoo.
Well, yeah, no. I've been in South Florida. It's so different. It's such a diverse area that nobody is. We make fun of Miami Dolphins fans, so. But it's nobody has a favorite team that's really from here. Everybody's all over the place. But I've been a fan since '94, so I'm with you. But I was telling Justin yesterday. It was the point last season got to game 6, and then after that when the glass house, Rodgers fell apart. I stopped watching. I said, "All right, I'm good."
that's good though.
I watched them periodically, but yeah, it was depressing last year. So, this is. Well, who'd you have scoring that last? Who'd you have winning that last?
I'd probably say Tasumov is. I kind of gave that to him. His leg kicks. I think he did the most damage.
Okay.
I think I probably have to give that round to him. Fierre's not doing bad though. I mean,
No, he's not.
He's still sticking it to him. He's in his face.
Yeah.
Oh, nice trip.
So, oh, nice. Oh,
Beautiful.
that was a beautiful stand up.
Oh.
So, but we'll see.
So he abandoned the striking, huh?
Well, he brought him down, and then he flipped it, got right back up.
Those headbutts, yeah, nah. Can't do that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
He knew it. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's, that's... You okay? Okay. Yeah. What is that? That's...
Yeah,
no.
this is obvious. This is an obvious...
Well, I mean, sometimes when you're in the moment, you'll see fighters knowingly grab the cage.
Yeah, I think he was just being overly aggressive. I don't know if it was just
aggressive. When you're in the cage and you're in the heat of the moment, sometimes it goes out because there's so many things you're thinking about, and then you're thinking about, this is this state. I have to make sure I don't do this because there's so many different.
100%.
So it's you're remembering how these people fight by watching all of their highlight reels. Then you're remembering what you're supposed to be doing, what you're supposed to be working on. Then you're making sure you don't do things like that. Eye pokes.
Oh man, these guys are getting wild.
Oh, nice exchange.
Eye pokes. The worst one, I think, what was it? Well, it wasn't even an eye poke. It was that toe poke with Kat Zingano. She got cut.
Yeah, there's certain fighters who have a tendency towards it,
Yeah, it's just it's between that was the first headbutt I've seen in a long time. But it's very rare that I usually see one because that's just like a big no-no.
John Jones is another one they kind of criticize him for the putting his hand up like this to block their vision.
But he
gets eye pokes,
he does, but he's just so tall. So the thing about John Jones is
I love John Jones.
He's watching him fight is like it's beautiful. His stance, he keeps everything moving
100%.
And do I like him as a person? No. But he is a great fighter. Weird man, great fighter. So, but yeah, watching him, he's flawless, and it's unfortunate his personal life, whatever. But it's he's one of those just really tall people that has those eye pokes or whatever it is.
It's usually an accident. He's
yeah.
He sticks his hand out. He tries to block vision, and every now and then they might step forward or somewhere he didn't anticipate, and it goes in.
Well, it's like watching the Stipe DC fight is having that type of height matchup because DC is so much shorter. Oh shit. Watching that last fight, it's when you see somebody with such a big height difference, you're thinking, how's that gonna happen? At least for me, I'm wondering, how is that person going to infiltrate that space? And DC, him being, an Olympic wrestler, watching how he grabbed Stipe's hands, pulled him in and hit him was beautiful. And you don't see that very often. You see people with the shorter ones usually getting lost.
Well, that just speaks to, because that's DC's game. That's his, he's an Olympic level wrestler. It doesn't get really that much better than that. So, that's his game. Exactly. He can do what he wants to do when he wants to do it.
Exactly. So watching him with Stipe it was beautiful because, I've seen fighters that are just, shorter on that level, and they just get lost in the, the realm of the other person, and they can't make their way through. But it was beautiful watching him grab the hands and just pull him in, and let's hope he does that with John Jones next time. If they ever get the fight, they should have fought by now. But.
Jones?
Yeah. What I thought they were going to do, what Justin thought they were going to do, is they would both have like a feeder fight. And then whoever won that feeder fight, they would fight, and they still haven't fought. So it's a little disappointing, but sorry.
I think the only way Cormier is getting another shot at John Jones, obviously it's a drop away class again. He doesn't want to do that. But John Jones is still a winning fighter. Cormier just came off that loss.
But the loss was sneaky because he was doing so well, and he just got clipped.
You know what? If I'm honest, I don't know if I want to see another John Jones DC fight again.
Really?
Yeah, I just
I don't either.
I'm not interested in it because I just, and this is no disrespect to DC because I'm a huge DC fan, but I just don't think I think John Jones will have his number 99% of the time. I think the only way that Jones could maybe lose to him is if he gets clipped. And I really just he's too elusive. He's too elusive for DC for anybody. I just don't see it. I don't want to see it.
Front knee kicks that he throws out keeps him at a. It's hard to get close to John Jones. He's so dangerous. With so many.
Oh. This is a very surprising fight. This is nice. I didn't think.
Yeah, it looks like he's outworking him.
He looks tired.
Yeah. He's outworking him.
Who, tiramisu?
No. The Brazilian guy. Yeah,
he looks. He's
got gas in the tank.
Well,
the Russian guy is kind of losing steam here. It's just surviving now.
Yeah, it's hard. You're going to run out of cardio a lot faster because Fierro's been keeping the pressure, and it's hard for Tasumov to coming off your heels most of the fight. It runs out your gas tank a little bit quicker.
Yeah. You exert all that energy. It's just
you're
on reserve. You can't. You're overheating at that point.
Yeah, he came out with a lot of movement. I think his strongest round was round 1, and
the adrenaline, and you start seeing the real true fighter the more deeper you get in.
Who said it? He said, who said it? Somebody was telling me, about fighters getting gassed. It was another fighter who said it.
Brock Lesnar. Every man's a complete wuss.
Every man's what do you say? Every man's a complete wuss when they're gassed. What was it?
Oh, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It was like Brock Lesnar, and he said, like, the toughest guy in the world is a complete wimp when he's exhausted.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
When you have nothing left and the other guy is still going.
Yeah, no matter how big he is, or you're done.
And that's kind of what we're looking at here.
I just always have the visual of having your hands on your knees and just being spent, and having a guy that's not spent.
There's nothing you can do. Yeah.
You're like, hold on.
Nothing you can do.
It's got to be the worst feeling in the world.
Who's great at that? Both the Diaz brothers. Their cardio is phenomenal.
Well, yeah. Well, when you do triathlons and decathlons,
they are
on your days off,
5Ks,
they can take so much damage and still come up on top in the later rounds. And
you don't even have to specialize in anything. Cardio.
I mean, Nate Diaz has great jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, right.
He's and his striking isn't as orthodox as many other fighters. And his brother Nick, also phenomenal cardio. He can go all day, and he'll still won't be breathing heavy.
Really good cardio helps you recover from when your brain gets rattled too.
Right, the circulation, all that. It's like LeBron after the game, he starts working out.
Yeah, LeBron goes the full 40 minutes if he has to.
Yeah. You just.
Oh my God, that's so smooth.
But that's another guy that doesn't have, not a normal childhood. Wrestling bears.
What? No,
he's getting tagged with that, right?
Yeah. Well, I after this,
they both look gassed.
I want to talk about that more.
They both don't look good. Look at.
Now that guy's so slow. He's like.
I think Fierro's going to win by points here. I think he's going to win by decision.
Yep.
He is tagging him.
Yeah, he's winning this.
Wow.
Yellow, right?
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Yellow's tagging him, but he just seems tired, slow.
They're both tired and slow.
Yeah.
That's why he's
But
he wanted the knockout. How do you pronounce his name?
Tasumov.
Tasumov. I think it's Tasumov. Yeah.
Tasumov. It was obvious he wanted the knockout, spectacular fashion.
Yeah.
Didn't get it, and now he's got nothing.
Right.
So.
Now he's just trying to kill time.
Like trying to survive. He wants to make it to the next round and keep going.
He's got a minute left with everything. Do you have SD cards?
He's gonna keep looking for that one shot.
That opening, because that's all he has left is that one shot.
I mean, if he loses, just let that be a lesson,
Get your
you gotta leave.
Yeah, leave room for the rest of the fight. I mean, there's sections of
another guy like that is McGregor. You're familiar with him.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor doesn't have a huge gas tank.
No, but
he finds his way.
Yeah, Diesel.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. That 2-piece is nasty. Oh.
Better than a 3-piece in a soda.
Yeah.
I love that whole thing, the whole 3-piece.
That is hilarious.
I love it.
We were going down to Extreme Action Park. We were filming Titan, and he was there. He was cornering someone, and I said, "This might be my only time to meet him. I should run to KFC real quick." And I never did because I was running out of time, and I didn't get to meet him anyway. I met Mike Brown, who that man, he's just so just watching him, so focused, so. I mean. And he's got a beautiful beard, and he's a lot shorter than I thought he would be in person, but he was there for the majority of the fight. He was cornering, I want to say 2 or 3 different people, and I met him, and then Mr. with his Sunday hat, which was nice, nice straw hat. But here, go run around.
Caught him moving back though. Takes a lot of power away.
Nothing better than slow motion.
Well, who do you have in this round?
The Brazilian
Fear is winning this by decision.
But he's definitely winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fear is winning it by decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
He controlled the octagon most of the time. He pressed the pace. He more shots landed.
Yeah, it turned out to be a good exhibition for him.
Right, and that's what I meant, like by the center. Who's controlling the center?
Yeah.
Like the octagon, who's controlling the octagon? Like he had him in the first round, he was in the middle, and had the other guy by the fence majority of the round.
Oh, position is really important.
Yeah.
But it's not always the center of the mat. For a striker, that's important to have. You want them out there. You don't want them to be able to lean up against the fence.
Yeah, because like the one that's going towards is the aggressive. Yeah. Naturally, right.
Yeah, you'll see them reset and give more space so that the fight comes back towards the center.
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah, he got it. He definitely got it. I wanna bring up the comparison you made earlier though. Just to help clarify. Like in a game like billiards, everyone has to learn the same skills.
Right. He was not happy with that. In
a game like the UFC, back to what he was saying, you have to specialize in something. In billiards, you have to basically cover all the skills equally in order to be a top contender. You're not just focusing on English.
Well, no, not necessarily because, like, for example, billiards, you have all the normal shots, straight in, cut shots, all that stuff. But like for me personally, bank shots are really easy for me.
It's a strong.
It's strong. So I would say I specialize in banking.
But you can't win just on banking.
No, but when a guy's doing a defense or safety, they usually leave you against the cushion. So
something like this, you can win just on boxing if you're a good enough boxer to keep them from taking you down. If you can keep the range on, you can win just like that. So
go ahead.
It's that small difference. Like in billiards, you have to know everything. A lot of fighters have really weak jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
like they know just enough.
Like basic, right?
Yeah, they know just enough not to be submitted.
Right, white belt, brown belt, and most something like that.
Exactly.
Well, like I was mentioning before, defense is a lot of things that some of these fighters don't have. And in watching these fighters, you can tell, oh, no defense. Like Justin Gaethje, I love the man. Man has no defense. It's I don't think he has defense. I mean, he wants to have it, but he goes in 120%.
I think he kind of has that mindset, like his defense is his offense.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
he's banking on the fact that he gets to you before you get to him.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what he banks on. That's Max Holloway's the same way. That's why I'll come up with Max Holloway, and I think that's what that's the difference with as far as like Khabib. Like I think Khabib is somewhat similar, except that he's just grappling, whereas Justin is like that with striking. I think it's a similar idea with that.
And that's what Justin was mentioning. Like Khabib, everybody knows what he's gonna do.
Yeah,
and he's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna take you down. He's gonna Hulk smash. He's gonna take it down, and he's gonna keep doing that. You know, and that's his comfort zone. So in order for Poirier to have a chance to win, like I said, he has to throw him off that. He would have to do the sprawl and brawl. Like he had to do that, boom, 2-piece. Boom, every time he gets close, push him off 2-piece. Every time and then he would just win by either points or decision. And he won't allow him to get to that where he can Super Saiyan up on him. You know what I mean? If he is still that introductory where he needs to get you down first. If you never get him down, he can't beat Khabib. You know, so I think it definitely is going to be interesting, and I'm looking forward to that. But I don't know, man. That's why it's so
wrestling is like a. I always argue that wrestling is probably the most important thing to have in MMA.
The floor work.
I mean, you can do floor work with submissions, and that's one thing.
Right.
But wrestling is probably, I think, the most important skill to have. All the greatest champions that I can remember were really strong wrestlers. That's John Jones is a really strong wrestler, and he doesn't even need his wrestling.
Like, is that his foundation, or is it something that?
I don't know his past enough to say it's his foundation, but he's a phenomenal wrestler.
Right.
He was a collegiate. He was like a Division II, or I think it was like Division II at college.
Yeah. So he and his brother was a football player.
Right. So actually, yeah.
So that's. I'll go back to the Cormier example because Cormier is just a wrestler with really heavy hands.
Right.
But all the greatest champions like GSP, George St. Pierre, that's it always slips my mind. Randy Couture,
right?
Way back, Randy
That's
Couture, Matt Hughes before GSP in the same division. When you can wrestle, you can manhandle someone away from their tools.
Yeah, okay? You just could.
If you are the better wrestler, and Khabib is heads and shoulders above the other wrestlers.
Right.
If you can out wrestle somebody, you've taken away all of their offense, all of their offensive tools. Even if you're a great jiu-jitsu person, if you're a wrestler who can defend jiu-jitsu,
right,
you've taken that away from them because you muscle them down and ground and pound.
When you wrestle somebody, the only other option is to wrestle back. Right. Exactly. So they can't just do jiu-jitsu while you're doing
Yep.
So
If they give you just so much as an inch in wrestling, then you've taken advantage. As far as position goes, you can climb on top of them. You can climb around the side of them.
Right. That's what makes this sport like fucking like.
But there are dangerous jiu-jitsu practitioners who might throw a submission that you just didn't even see coming.
Right.
You know, and that's it is that way.
And there's those factors that the variable just.
But that's what makes Khabib such a strong competitor.
That's his image. That's what he's known for. Yeah.
That's gonna be a crazy fight.
That's gonna be a real good fight.
That
one. I like Adesanya. I think he's a little cocky, but he backs it up every time, and that's what I like.
It's like that man came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he kind of.
I had never heard of that guy.
He kind of did come out of nowhere.
And he came out of nowhere.
And he put on a good exhibition against Silva. He showed
Anderson Silva.
Yeah, he beat, but Silva's older now.
That dude.
First of all, Anderson Silva went in with a bad knee. I knew he had a bad knee because as soon as Israel hit it, he was.
I only need one knee for this guy.
He was done. And watching him, and that's the other one. I thought Justin was going to cry. It was that's his favorite fighter. That's his favorite fighter, and it has been because he's just an all around.
The dude's long, bro. All I remember is a leg kick.
When
straight kick.
That knee came in, it was all done.
Yeah.
And the respect level at the end of the fight was beautiful.
Yeah.
But
after the fact, he did like an interview talking about the fight, and he got a little cocky, like kind of minimizing Silva.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean. He's young though. I think he's younger than me.
He's like 21, 22.
Yeah, he's young, so he's still a little,
But even Anderson said, after he lost, he goes, I hurt my knee. Practicing, and I knew I did it, and I shouldn't have fought. And that was in Brazil, wasn't that? That was. I mean, everybody was.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the Cannonier fight. Jared Cannonier, and so yeah. That was in Brazil.
I think Adesanya is going to beat him.
That guy's gonna win.
No, he's
Robert
going to lose.
Whittaker.
Yeah, the other. That seems like is he
How-
versing the Adesanya?
He's versing Adesanya.
Yeah.
He just won
Israel's
recently.
just so.
It's gonna be a good card.
It is.
It
Yeah.
is.
Damn good card.
I love Alex.
Ooh.
Holly Holm, right?
But I
in the
think-
women's. I love watching
Raquel
her fight.
Pennington and Holly Holm.
Yeah, I love watching Holly Holm
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing that's like in the UFC. MMA in general, what's special is, in every sport, there's a men's division and a women's division. Most men who watch sports don't watch the women's side of the sport.
Right.
In most sports.
For the most part, yeah.
But UFC, I love watching the women's fight.
Yeah, 100%.
They do
Yeah.
just as much damage as
100%.
Yeah, that first fight,
Just
UFC,
Dave should
Bellator.
knock the braid off the
Bellator too. Yeah.
Shit it with an elbow.
I rarely catch a WNBA game, and I love the NBA.
Right.
I only have ever
I watch
seen one.
every women's fight. I can't.
I think I watch more women's fights than men's fights.
Women are vicious, man. It's different. It's just different. Like they are vicious. They really are.
That was the country. We just went UFC just went over to China.
Yeah.
I woke up watching fight.
Yeah, Zhang beating Andrade. That was pretty. That was nuts.
Yep.
That was.
And I was more excited about the women's fights.
That was
It was
crazy. She didn't have the belt for long at all. It was like
She
a
had
curse.
it
She
all.
got like carjacked while she had the belt. Maybe the belt wasn't a good time for her. It was just bad luck.
Well, maybe
But,
she'll get a
Can I
rematch.
get a
you know?
backup belt? Yeah, like
but that was. It's like she took it so easily from Rose, and then it was so easily taken from her. And she's such a badass fighter. I thought she would have it a lot longer. So I'm really.
She has to redeem.
That was really surprising, but it's awesome to have the first, Chinese, female
the champion. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a big deal for them.
it is a
Yeah.
big
It's a
deal.
huge market over there too. That's a really big deal.
Chinese.
Yes, first Chinese UFC champion.
Wow.
So it's considered China, not even Oriental or Asian. It's Chinese.
Well, I don't even put Orientals in the like people. Most people don't use that word anymore.
And it's 2019, man. Come on. Come on. Sorry.
The Oriental League.
All right. Yeah. Right?
No,
It
it was in
be
China.
politically correct.
Yeah.
Also, Poirier and Khabib both have a belt,
Yes.
and this is to determine the ultimate.
Could,
like,
yeah.
Who's undisputed?
Right, because it's the champ of champs fighting.
Yeah. Well,
So that's how they get them.
Well-
In certain,
Poirier is the interim champ. It's kind of hard to say he's champ.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the interim champion, but
yes.
I don't-
But they both reach the top tier of their.
yeah, I mean, they're the top two lightweights, in the division. But it's kind of weird. Like they say champ versus champ, but it's not really.
Yeah.
I mean, Khabib is the champion of the division. That the interim belt, it's a fucking made up belt. Like it's not even. I mean, because it doesn't hold any weight. I mean, it really doesn't. Truthfully,
it's
It's like you're not
a- yeah,
quite
it's a
as good,
technicality,
but here's
you know?
something.
Says no cash
This
value.
is a belt of hope.
Yeah.
And
No cash value.
yeah, no cash value.
This is like small.
No, that's that would be. Yeah, I don't know what there's all these interim belts. It's so confusing,
They just kind of
especially
try
for
to.
people that are
Yeah.
new to the sport, watching the sport. Well, isn't he the champ? Isn't he the champion? Why does everybody have a belt? And yeah, it's
Khabib
ridiculous.
by the layman's idea of a champ is the champ. He has the belt.
yeah.
To
But
who are you
they're-
comparing it to, though?
Yeah, there are in some circumstances, even in boxing, like Tyson Fury was the interim champ.
Right. He crawled out, and then there's another.
And then he had
Tyson
to
Fury is
yeah.
unstoppable.
I love Tyson Fury.
That man is-
And I thought he definitely
That's his
won.
real name too, right? Fury.
His name's Tyson Fury.
Yeah, dude, come on.
His name's
He
Tyson
kind of
Fury.
looks like that guy right there.
Yeah, he looks just like him actually.
But like with Brad Pitt's character in oh god,
Who's
what's
the-
that movie?
Guys, I'll be right back.
Oh, sure.
Go ahead.
This guy, let's see, he's about to fuck somebody up.
He actually does look like just like Tyson Fury.
He does.
But there were 3 champs at the same time, right? There was
throw them all in the ring.
Yeah, there was an undefeated guy from Alabama. I keep forgetting his
Oh,
name.
like they sectioned it like West Coast, East Coast.
Because there are different like what are they, divisions or separate leagues in boxing.
Right, AFC,
right?
NFC type shit.
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
that.
but there's like 4 or 5 different
Yeah,
ones.
there's a bunch of them.
Okay.
So compared to the UFC, there's a bunch of them. Like in some cases, I think there's like 5.
There's like 20 different belts.
Yeah. Yep.
All different colors.
And so Tyson was the interim champ because he relinquished the belt before he retired, right?
Right.
And Anthony Joshua was the champ from the UK at the time. Like
Right.
he basically inherited the belt. So he had the belt and he was the champ. But Tyson Fury didn't lose the belt, so he was interim champ.
And that interim, the word interim,
It's
in
just,
the meantime, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just a title. It doesn't mean you're the champ. But people would argue in some circumstances he's the real champ.
Yeah, if we have to stop everything right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's like going back to the belt situation. So the whole
Oh, you're back.
Gastelum, you know, Robert Whittaker fight. What happened? Robert Whittaker was sick, and then he was disqualified, and then his belt went to Gastelum. So it's
wow.
There's just
and there was no fight.
Like
it was
that.
just
Exactly.
technicality. It was just a technicality, and it's just So it's I don't know this whole new belt thing, and honestly, I think the new belts are ugly. I think they're ugly. It's like I don't know. It's not because you know what it is. The old belts were like more styled for like the boxing belts, where there's like Now it's like
I like the boxing belts. Deontay Wilder is his name.
Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder is the guy that Tyson first fought on his way when he came back.
Okay.
He immediately went straight to fight. Probably this Deontay Wilder has more power in his hands than I've ever seen in boxing. He can nick somebody on the chin and it's lights out.
Yeah,
his
like
highlight
head
reels
spinning,
are
right? It's just like ridiculous.
And that's the first guy Tyson wanted to fight when he came back after over a year off. And he had a cocaine addiction. He gained mad weight, lost all the weight.
Hold on, he had a cocaine addiction and gained weight.
And gained weight.
Fuck.
And so he had a burger addiction too. Like
damn.
His life was going down the toilet.
Yeah.
He came back, broke his addiction, lost all the weight, fought probably the best fighter in that division, the heavyweight division. And when I watched the fight in Indonesia, I was streaming it, I thought he won. He won basically every round except for the 2 that he was knocked down.
Laser is that?
So he lost.
No, they gave it a draw. They kind of robbed Tyson Fury.
A draw.
Yeah, they kind of robbed him. But then he came back. Now Anthony Joshua lost his belts to what's his name? Something Ruiz, Mexican, first Mexican champ, heavyweight champ.
This is the last fight before the main card, right?
Or
am I just...
There's the main card's on now. This is the main card.
This is the main card.
Yeah, the main card started at 2.
Off.
Yeah,
I'm looking at my phone.
Yeah.
It's 2:54.
Yeah, like is it 153, 253?
Yeah, because the prelims started I think at like 10 a.m. or some shit.
Yeah, right.
9 a.m., 10 a.m.
On my computer, it's
I'm
like
looking
international.
I'm looking at my phone saying it's 2:54. Okay, 2 o'clock is when the main card's.
As long as it's Thursday, that's fine with me. Not Thursday, right? No.
what day?
Yeah,
what year is it?
Yeah.
It's Saturday. I don't know.
So we got next up.
This is gonna be a good one. This is.
I'm going with Curtis Blades.
Yeah.
Blades. And he's playing that. He's versing that Tyson Fury looking guy.
Does he?
Dude, this guy's gonna headbutt him.
No,
he looks like he got a sharp one, huh? Like a sharp head.
These are no. This is the type of class.
That's a heavyweight.
Exactly. So this is the type of weight class where you don't really want to blink too much. So anything can really happen because these guys, and it's the difference between like flyweight, obviously they have like more like an energy span because they're little people. But having light, heavy, and heavyweight, you get gassed easy. So it's and their nicks are so much more powerful that if you blink, somebody's already on the floor.
I mean, you were probably a teenager because you might be more familiar with boxing.
Yeah, I grew up more with boxing.
You were like a teenager during the Mike Tyson era.
Yeah.
Holyfield.
James Toney was my favorite fighter for a while.
Yeah,
he dropped his on his head.
Yeah, these are heavy.
It went down heavy.
When you get hit by a heavyweight, it's every shot counts. So see what he's got here. Blades is better known. He's got a better reputation.
Right.
This guy. So I don't know. I can't really analyze him. I haven't watched enough fights for either. But I can say Blades is the more popular of the two.
Wow, that's impressive. He got up.
Yeah, that was good.
Yep, came back.
He reminds me of that guy in level 4 of Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Yeah. The
ball guy.
The hairy ball guy.
Yeah, he hits you with that spin move. Oh. That would have hurt. Ooh, the fake grab in the sprawl. Nice. And it worked. He got him again on the head. The same way.
He's not as quick with that sprawl.
No, it's not. It's like watching two 18-wheelers race.
Yo, what's that guy wearing right there on the edge of the screen on the left? See that guy?
Oh, you with the do-rag or the
what is that? It's like multiple colors.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh man,
he looks like
I'm hoping it's a GoPro, but
looks
it's
like
not a GoPro.
Quavo.
Yeah, it looks like a little Quavo, but it's probably just his hair.
Baby won't go to sleep.
Now, I'm assuming this guy's left-handed.
I'm not sure.
That's the same hand. That's the same.
Some fighters,
he grabbed.
She got another point. Some fighters do change stances a lot, so it's hard to tell. Like McGregor.
Yeah, I guess opportunity too. Like if you got him with the right arm, you can just,
Well, he's forcing them to make a choice because what he's doing with his Curtis is holding his right hand down, and then the guy, he can either have two options. Either he can defend, or he can try to get up. Right? He can either cover up or try to get up with his left hand. So that leaves him open for Curtis to swing his left hand underneath and give him some uppercuts like that.
Right. Oh, so he's just holding his arm.
Yeah, his right arm is. Yeah, that's why he's holding his right arm.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
Good God.
Where does Blades train? Do you know?
I know he's out of Chicago. I don't know. I forgot what camp it is. I know he's out of Chicago. That's the best I got on that.
Yeah, he got him. He got him on that one.
Yep. Here comes
control.
Yep.
Some punches.
Mm-hmm. Smother him.
He got his whole. Yeah, and that's exhausting for him, bro. You
see, he's got his forearm right there. There's another thing.
He's making him carry his weight.
Yep. Like that's another thing you often see is the forearm around the face or the neck. They're trying to smother him. Make him really uncomfortable.
He's got the full mount now.
Yep.
Yeah,
nice. Elbows down.
It's gonna be hard for him to get out of this.
It might get stopped here if they can get it. If he can get this before the end of the round, this might be it.
And to be a referee.
Oh, nice.
He would have had that.
With that razor blade.
I'm sorry, I'm entertaining.
That was nice.
Saved by the bell.
It's like, yo, what just happened?
Was he saved by the bell?
Yeah, he got saved by the bell. It was the end of the round.
Oh wow!
It would have ended had there was another minute left. It would have been over.
Yeah. When the time disappears, it's I realize it's in the round.
I can't even see the time.
And that's usually in the middle.
Yeah, he's saved by the bell.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I got a feeling we're gonna see the same thing in round 2.
That one right there. That third one. That third one was clean.
What happened? What I missed?
A couple razor blade elbows, blades.
Little pound. Yeah, cool.
Razor blade elbows. That's
It's a
right.
blade, yeah, it's a razor blade. I gotta think of something, man.
Oh man, I gotta show you some of the. I got it coming. The Muay Thai fights that I filmed each first round that I saw.
I like Muay Thai.
In the front row.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
I want to go to one of
you
these.
being in Thailand, you see Muay Thai fights all the time.
That's where it came from.
I went to see one Muay Thai fight because I couldn't go to Phuket and not go see the fights. But I can tell you this. I think for me and my girl to get front row seats was like $15 a seat.
Oh wow.
Yeah. USD. And
Oh.
Got him again.
And we saw really good fights. There were a couple
bad.
foreigners there. Yeah, we saw really good fights. They were good. We saw two little 12-year-old boys going at it, like grown men.
Our buddy Charles Rosa trains in Thailand a lot. He got hurt. What about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago? Charles Rosa got hurt, and he has a fight coming up. He's in fight camp right now. But he did all of his Muay Thai studies back over there. So he's been there like 7 times in the past year, I want to say.
After having been there, I have to say the level of striking there is. I think if you are a fighter and striking is your game, going to Thailand is unavoidable. You can't
like as far as the circuit.
As far as training goes.
Oh, training, yeah.
You can't skip Thailand because they're that good.
They strike.
They're that good. Yeah. Elbows, knees, leg kicks,
joint jitsu.
Yeah. I would, if I was a fighter, I wouldn't skip it.
I'd start there. Yeah.
Well, I would start with wrestling personally.
Right.
But wrestling starts when you're young.
Yeah. I wrestled in 8th grade.
Yeah, see, like you want to start wrestling early.
Yeah.
And then make your way up into some of the collegiate divisions. And from there, Muay Thai. That would make a really dangerous fighter. That's a John Jones.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is with his right hand now. Oh, look.
He don't want none of that. He don't want none of that.
Is he looking for? There it is. He's getting his mouth.
And it's crazy because I thought this guy wanted to literally rip his head off, and he's getting.
They all want to.
No, they had that demeanor,
man.
you know.
He put all his weight into that.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, he got him.
Yeah.
Good shit. Good.
Nice. TKO Curtis Blades.
Yeah, he's like he could go another 2 rounds.
Wait, what happened?
He wanted they stopped. They stopped it. I think they stopped the round. I don't know if they stopped the fight, but I think they stopped the round. He got cameras in his face and shit. Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
Oh my! Oh, it looks like a Mike Perry nose.
Yeah, that's over. That's over.
That's a heavyweight. One elbow.
That's a Mike Perry nose.
That was a short stab too.
That
elbow was rough.
is probably
that was like his 4th elbow.
the worst thing I've ever.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh.
He dropped it. No, he dropped it.
Blade. Razor tattoo on his elbow.
He has a razor blade tattoo on him?
No, just his name.
Oh.
Nasty.
I'm thinking about blades.
Oh.
Really, it's coming right here.
Yeah.
Slice. You see the gun. You see the blood right after. Look at that guy next to him, the front row. He's like, oh,
he's just holding his nose. Oh my God.
Yeah, you can't breathe.
This hurts so much.
Yeah, you're like, fucking check engine light came on.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the whole, I missed the Mike Perry fight, the last Mike Perry, the epic, face reconstructive fight. I was at work, and when Justin told me, Mike Perry's nose was broken, I said, he bleeds every fight. It's.
They're like, no, it's really broken.
You gotta see his face. And, oh, God, it was like a roadmap. Just like, it was terrible. His nose kind of looked like that. And that, I've seen broken noses. I just didn't think Move that way. Yes. Oh man. Good for you. Good for you. Ugh. That was, what was that? I missed it. That was round 2, right?
Round 2, yes.
Okay.
He would have finished at round 1, but he just ran out of time.
No commercial. It's pay-per-view. It's like,
Oh, shoot.
yeah. Wow. But good for him. That was, yeah. That takedown was, that was nice.
I mean, just outclassed.
Well, not.
Oh yeah.
It's when you see heavyweights put people down, it's like when DC had Stipe, you just carried him for like a minute. The last fight, I'm like, oh my god, this man, it's crazy. But wow, nice. Hang on a second, I'm gonna go grab this child. Yes, dear. Want some more?
Boom.
I'm happy for him too. It's coming up. Who's next after this fight? I mean,
Let's see. Next up.
Hi, little man. Well, Mr. Javon. Yes.
I can't even pronounce the guy's name. Makachev versus Ramos.
Okay.
And then you got Barboza Felder, the co-main, and then you got the main event.
No.
Guys, if you're just now tuning in too, by the way, we see some people tuning in on YouTube and Facebook. Please subscribe to the stream, like it, share it. We appreciate you watching. Welcome to the channel. We're just kind of casually, we're watching the UFC 242 fights and just kind of having some casual back and forth discussion. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, no structure. Just chatting it up. Cowboy versus Gaethje. I am pumped for that fight.
Cowboy.
Cowboy and Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, I'm always like not to think about Cerrone.
Okay.
I see him win in spectacular fashion, and I see him lose the same way.
Right. Yeah. That's that kind of live by the sword, die by the sword mentality.
Yes. And I like that, but I like it when they win.
Yeah.
It's just the inconsistency, and he seems like a cool dude.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Gaethje is also a beast.
I'll tell you what, man. Cowboy's super cool too. We covered bare knuckle fighting championship card down in Mexico back in February, and we were down there. And Leonard Garcia, who was in the main event fighting Julian Lane, they're like best buddies. Leonard Garcia and Donald Cerrone. So Donald Cerrone flew down there on his vacation just to watch the fight.
That's not a bad way to spend a vacation, though.
Oh yeah, in Cancun, it's not a bad way at all to spend a vacation.
Yes, please go inside.
No, he seems like a cool dude. Like,
yeah.
In his post fight conferences and his interviews, he always seems like a cool guy.
Javon White.
Josh, this is Javon White. You might have seen him on the Florida lottery.
Okay, hey, how you doing, man?
Hey.
This is our actor friend who also will be joining us this evening in his little man.
Awesome.
So,
glad to have you.
But we're just, doing. Who's up next? I'm like so out of this loop because of her. She's not letting me do anything.
we got this fight and then the co-main and then the main. So it's only 3 fights. There's 3 fights
wow.
in the show. So
Mr. Ramos.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with him either.
I haven't seen him in a while, but I used to work nights, so I've missed a lot of. Would you guys have something to drink?
I'm okay right now.
Water, ice,
I've got some here.
apple,
Thank you.
cherry juice. Okay.
You okay?
No,
with it?
you can't have anything.
All right.
Because you threw your stuff on the ground.
How that happen?
So, what weight class is this?
I believe it's lightweight, 155.
Okay. Lightweight. All right. What are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. She's so tired. I can't find her bear.
Trying to let the Incredibles beard. Trying to let the Incredibles beard. Let the Incredibles beard.
Yes, dear.
Can you with my hand?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So what? This guy Ramos. What's he specialize in? Is he?
You know what? I've seen the guy fight like one time. I'm not hugely informed of him. I know he's pretty good. Yeah, I think it's ground.
I mean, he's in shape.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Rudy.
Yeah, the legendary Herb Dean.
Yeah, he is.
He's been
Yeah,
there.
he is.
Man, I was a kid.
Yeah. I remember my first experience. I used to work at Target, and I used to work in the in like the toy section, and then every now and then get to work in the electronics section. And then this one guy, he was like, "Man, you ever watch UFC?" I was like, "Nah, don't know what it is." They was explaining mixed martial arts, and he had a VHS back when VCRs used to be popular.
Yeah.
And the VHS back, with the old logo, like yeah. They were keys and everything like that. So that was like I was hooked at that point, man. Because I used to be on a wrestling team.
Okay.
Yeah, so you would have loved this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I said, I was in high school, man. So I was 16, bro. That thing.
I never got to wrestle. I wanted to when I was in high school, but I've been hooked since
Yeah.
the first time I watched the UFC.
Yeah.
We'll swap here.
Yo.
Oh yeah, this is our watch room. This is our.
Got you.
So on the third, what's the third one, right?
Yep. Third fight.
Nice. Yeah, it's first one with the 2 chicks. One of them got their braids knocked out.
Oh wow.
Second one, they stopped the. No, it was pretty loose, but the second one, they stopped the fight.
Did you watch the finish of the last fight?
Yeah.
Like
Mike
parried his nose.
He just razor bladed him.
Is that what it's called now? Just Mike parried?
Mike parried.
Mike.
Is that?
Is Mike Perry's nose just
She's like,
It was jacked up. Yeah, it was bad.
I still follow him on Instagram. I can't look at that picture. That picture's just it's so bad.
It's like Play-Doh.
It is. It's like Play-Doh. That's a good thing. It's cartilage, but it's rough. So, who's this Khabib looking guy?
Oh, talk about that. He's just gonna pretend the other guy's a bear and just fucking grapple.
Well, the thing about Dustin Poirier, I respect Dustin Poirier a lot.
Okay.
He's they're sloppy fighters. He's not a sloppy fighter at all. It's just it's going the distance with Khabib is hopefully what
He's gonna have to dig deep.
he's gonna have to focus on. So, and like the only person that's done that is Quintus. So, who has a fight coming up? And I love Ali Quinta.
Daddy, what's your dog?
He doesn't take losing very well.
Sore losers are tough.
Bo.
Oh.
Bo. His name is Bo.
Yeah, think about sore loser. It's tough when you're in a competitive and you can't accept the fact that you lost.
Yeah.
If anything, I mean, don't get me wrong, winning streaks always that momentum. I mean, you figure out a system, you stick to it, and it just works. But when you're constantly losing, or you're winning, you're losing, you're winning, it's tough to figure out what works, you know. And you just gotta in the moment. Right now,
I think it's all in headspace.
Daddy, I want to
I can beat it. No.
This dog.
Well, we could just see the dog over here.
that way you heard him, right? Josh, he headspace.
Yeah, I mean,
psychology.
Right. I mean, because it's like some people can lose and then just never recover from it. You know,
right.
They stay in that funk. You know what I'm saying? If you can get yourself out of that and then realize that every fight is your individual fight, then you can succeed. I mean, because, you know, Muhammad Ali, like, is arguably the greatest of all time, like, still. He don't have the best record. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's lost, but he was still considered him the greatest of all time. So it's like, you know, what's your end goal? You know what I'm saying? Every step taken to make it to that end goal.
100%.
Exactly.
All right, we got Makachev and Ramos. Ramos and Black.
Wow. Well, there's also a lot of people on this card we don't know because of where it's being held, and that's one good thing about the UFC is there's so many fighters from all over the world. You can just
a lot of local guys on this card.
Exactly, and like pull out 50 fighters that no one's ever heard of, but they're signed with UFC because they're everywhere.
100%.
And they put on a hell of a show.
Same thing with the China card last week. I didn't know on there. But now we do. This is the new channel. So. But no, and that's we were talking about something before between the women's fighting and the men's fighting, and I've noticed women go right at it, whereas the men like to stop and they usually spend a round or two like feeling each other out.
Yeah.
Men don't waste their time on that; they just kind of go.
No, you're spot on with that.
That's why they're like the most interesting to watch. It's like,
they just go. They just go, and this is something I usually bring up with the Raquel Pennington's last fight, and she did some little dirty. I personally didn't like it, but it didn't work in her favor anyway because she ended up losing. She's lost like her last 3 fights, but oh god, it was like a year ago maybe, and in the beginning of round 1.
What'd she do?
Where after they touch gloves or whatever, and they back up and first they usually come up and touch gloves.
Right.
She used the opportunity to boom.
Oh, sucker punch. No.
That's so. It's legal, but it's.
No, but I think Floyd did that. Anyway. Floyd did that. He's like, yo, you gotta protect his face at all times. I mean, what do you expect me to do? Was that
Floyd's dirty fighter.
That was Floyd.
That was Floyd, right? All right.
Yeah. That was Floyd against Ortiz.
No, and I'm really surprised Holly Holm is being fed Raquel Pennington. But I mean, also with women's, once it goes above flyweight, you don't really have. There's like nothing there.
Like finesse
just fighters. They're just all starting to fade out, and it's, as far as bantamweight, forget it. There's no one there. Besides we're eating everybody, and then Amanda coming in and getting what she wanted.
Yeah.
There's not.
Yeah, there's Nunes, and that's it right now. That's it. You got Amanda Nunes.
The division is dying, and it sucks because it's such an up and coming part of UFC.
Was where Mighty Mouse was fighting, right?
Mighty Mouse left. Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, he was flyweight, wasn't
he? He was flyweight. He left. Yeah. He went to 1.
Yeah, when he left, that's it's over for that weight class.
And we got
Cejudo.
That's
right. Yeah. He's cringy, that guy.
Cringy.
Yeah.
No, but you gotta think like the back office, the round table of MMA, UFC, advertisement, marketing. They're gonna make it.
Yeah.
They're gonna throw somebody in there every couple of years, spike it up.
Like there's that weight class though is like always been.
Is that the explosive weight class?
Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson, he kind of made that weight class.
He did.
Yeah.
Once he left, I mean, he beat everyone.
Yeah.
except for Cejudo, who is now the champ, but he left to 1, and now Cejudo's the only one left, and who else is there? So
For
it's
now.
kind of like for now. That's what I mean.
Everybody will drop weight class to beat that man's ass.
Right. I'll do it. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, if they can.
Well, TJ tried, but he didn't do a good job.
Yeah.
So
he's a natural flyweight.
Right.
Yeah.
Compared to dropping down, it's
being small, losing all your strength.
You're like,
you know,
why am I so fast?
Yeah.
But
why did that hurt so much?
We got him instead. We got rid of Sage Northcutt, who got
I don't like Sage Northcutt.
the beating of his life.
Yeah, I don't
won,
like
lost his first fight. But
I was watching because I didn't see the fight, and I wasn't really too familiar with the fighter he was up against. They were saying it was kind of a mismatch. You had a veteran fighting him.
With one, it's kind of like Pride, because a lot of the fighting style is more mismatched than UFC, where you have all these different weight classes and everything is like a 10-pound difference. Whereas Pride, at the time Pride first came out, it was most from Archie versus the smallest guy you can find. So I mean, I'm not saying it's like that drastic now, but it's their weight classes are a little mismatched. But that's Japan.
Yeah, I was watching Joe Rogan's show, and they were talking about that matchup. That was their opinion of it.
Well, that's how Pride used to be too. Pride was, all over the place.
Now with these two guys, I don't think they even had a chance to open up yet. They were really reserved in that first round. They were really trying to. But they weren't really landing. Yeah, they did. They still they didn't open up yet. So hopefully we get to see that in this next round.
So,
it usually takes one of them to say, "Fuck you."
That's what I was saying about men fighting. It usually takes a round or so, or Max Holloway's last fight, it took all.
Especially the guy in the black. The guy in the black, Ramos. He's really reserved. I don't see much from him, but
this is the Ramos fight right now.
Yeah, Makhachev is he's trying to do his thing, but he's still trying to feel him out in a way.
I mean, but it's kind of necessary, when the men fight, because they're looking for longevity. You know what I'm saying? When females fight, it's like they're looking to pop immediately. Because they need a buzz. They need somebody
whoa.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, when somebody got talked about. I mean, because ultimately, when anybody fight, I believe anybody has a button that could be pushed by the right person at the right time. So anybody can lose.
The thing I like about the women's class too, the women's division, is that they go all out.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying before.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they need to they need to be talked about. They need to have the right ups.
I like Amanda Nunes too.
The thing is, too, even if they don't land enough punches, you have the person antagonizing that person. So that person the points will go up. Because they're just constantly going, where the other person's deflecting. And
he doesn't have that much movement.
Well, Ramos, earlier in the round, he was just kind of standing there being defensive.
He's just kind of
So him opening up those little pop shots of him opening up is good. He's reserving everything, but
that style of punching that Ramos is doing is
but when he kicks,
you can't really be a Tyson in
so
the UFC because you can't bob. You'll catch a knee or a shin.
Right, there's other it's not.
But what he's doing is walking them down, and for some fighters, that's not going to work because you're not moving enough. You're just a target. In the ring, it's different.
Right, and meanwhile, he's racking up the points.
He's getting tagged, and if he catches that good, that good opening, it could be lights out. But
I see what you're saying. Makhachev is getting 1 point at a time, and Ramos is trying to get 3 at a time. Every time it's 3 points, 4 points.
Well, you need your combo. You have to have your combos land, and there are some fighters where they have where they have such an opportunity to land, all those combos, and they don't. And you're screaming at the television. You could have hit him 3 more times, and they just.
Anthony Pettis is one that's all out. He's not looking to win on a decision.
Right, it's gonna. I'll decide who wins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no.
But there's a downside to that as well.
Right, like he was saying, his defense is his offense.
Yeah.
In a way. Yeah.
Because you were trying to look for the knockout.
That's reckless.
It's still a loss. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
What color is this? In Spanish.
Yeah, he could have broke his nose, but he still got you by 12.
Yep, exactly.
And white is blonde.
The one that I remember. The one that I remember that's a good example of that was GSP and Johnny Hendricks. Okay, so St. Pierre was defending his title against the up and comer Johnny Hendricks.
Put your hands up.
Johnny Hendricks bullied him the whole fight, but St. Pierre still won.
Yeah, a lot of people. That was a very controversial. I thought Johnny Hendricks won that fight.
When I watched it the first time, I was like, I was expecting his arm to get raised that first watch, but I tried to look at it again 2 more times from the ref's point of view, and from that perspective, St. Pierre outpointed him. I mean, he was landing these soft little jabs and Superman.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, he utilized his jab. I guess that's kind of the what's the expression, like, it's the challenger's job to beat the champion convincingly. It's not the champion's job to beat the challenger convincingly. You know what I mean? Because
it's a fair argument. That right there is perfectly, like, it's a sport. It's not a real fight. So yeah, GSP won on points, but if you were in it and watching the fight live, no one thought GSP won.
Right.
It was based on a crowd decision or
I feel like that on the top of the head. Like hammer fisted him on the top.
I guess that's why the point system is implemented
As a sport.
As a sport, right?
Yeah.
And even besides it, you have to keep in mind that it's sports entertainment.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you have to always realize it's sports
Yeah.
entertainment.
Exactly.
Yeah. If St. Pierre was on the streets with Hendricks at that time, it would have been on.
Right. He would have got charged. The other guy's the victim.
Kimbo
Yeah.
Kimbo slices some fights.
Oh, yeah. That's
Baby
Kimbo too.
slice. Baby slice fights.
Does
And
he?
baby slice.
Is he-
And
I mean, the one thing, because I
well,
watched.
you know who was backyard as well?
Is he doing backyard stuff, baby slice?
Well, no, but Kimbo was doing backyard stuff.
No, I'm saying, is that what he's doing now?
So Kimbo's part of is Kimbo.
Kimbo passed.
No, I know. Baby Slice is. I don't think he's signed with anybody.
Who?
You got that, Josh? Baby Slice.
Yeah, he's with
Bellator?
Bellator. He's with Bellator. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember watching it when I was I used to watch Kimbo's fight videos on YouTube when I was a teenager, and then I remember hearing he was going to come to the UFC. Like, there's no way. There's no way he's gonna survive the UFC, and he won that first fight against Tank Abbott.
Same way he did in the backyard.
Against Tank Abbott on the last leg of his career.
All right, guys, this is the last round.
Let's
see. Well, let's see. The only person that's throwing combos really is Ramos. So, just there you go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you got him.
Oh, he's going.
No, you got him.
Oh,
he almost went for that
arm bar.
You
got him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost this.
Whoa.
Nice.
It's still 4 minutes, but that's
Yeah.
that's a long
No,
time.
you're right. No,
Yeah.
but it's time for him to get out of that too.
Maybe.
He has to get like 12 points. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's a good 45 seconds. So.
Yeah.
When if you ever
he's
look
I
at
didn't think it happened.
stars
if
right
you look at the
I
ref,
think it happened.
it's definitely a sign.
Yeah. I mean, he was tough, man. He withstood that storm, but now is the question is that did he gas himself out trying to
See how
put
he's
too much
blocking his
on him?
elbow in here?
Probably.
Right.
That makes sense. Went in hard and then just. Now he's got to
That's
Use the rest of his
jiu-jitsu, not
gas.
wrestling.
Okay.
try to get him off. But
And you'll see he kind of spins into his knees. He's looking for a submission because that's all he's got on the ground.
we were talking about backyard stuff. You know, what was it, Jorge Masvidal He was doing
See,
backyard
spinning
stuff
into his
with
knees?
Kimbo. That's how.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he did backyard with Kimbo.
there you go.
Maybe this is what he's had in the pocket the whole time, and he stood up. Maybe he should have took it to the ground.
Well, this is
Look, he's rolling into his arms.
No, I like Makhachev. It's
Nice.
They haven't really gone to the ground. They haven't really done much. So
Yeah, maybe he should have took it to the ground earlier.
The corner was probably, this is the last round. He needs to drop him.
Yeah.
Get him on the ground.
there's still a lot of time left.
And he's smothering him all up in the face and
Well, he hasn't really done much.
Right.
Ramos has been, attacking him. I mean, I want to say Ramos for the last round, but he hasn't really been very reserved.
Yeah.
Very defensive this entire fight. So, but he was waiting for this. So
this sport, it reminds me. I hate to compare it, but
because Ramos was coming at him with all these combos and he got him right and knocked him down. So, but
he's trying.
Point.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot you can do.
Controlling
There's
his
a lot
limbs.
he doesn't want that space.
He's controlling his limbs and his joints. That's jiu-jitsu. Wrestling is brute strength and balance.
Right. Core.
Yeah, so you could beat a wrestler with jiu-jitsu if he doesn't know how to defend it. For the most part, though.
But the wrestler has the advantage.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, this is interesting because the guy on the bottom, he's like a 5-time jiu-jitsu champion, and the other guy's a wrestler. So
yeah, he's doing well.
It's interesting. Yeah,
he's doing well, but he's obviously being beaten on the ground.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It helps that he's a little bigger than the guy, but at the same time, it just gives the other guy more room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. He's trying to roll into him. And if he catches his wrist, it could be an armbar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it.
He could slip into a Kimura. That's what jiu-jitsu is.
It's interesting seeing them both just stand there and
what's this called? The
strategizing the other one.
Rear naked choke.
Yeah, like that.
Is that even a word? Strategy?
The headlock, the guillotine.
The guillotine.
That's.
Let's see. Your husband Justin Sim says rooting against an ATT fighter is grounds for a divorce. Khabib will lose.
Just stay quiet.
No, you shouldn't be texting and driving.
Yeah,
right. Listen.
There you go.
I'm just.
Listen, your wife said stop texting.
Yeah. Okay.
See, he's doing well on the ground for what it's worth.
But they've been on the ground for.
He's still.
Yeah, this is interesting because I think I kind of give the first 2 rounds to Ramos, and then obviously with this round he's going to lose this. It'll be interesting how the judges score it.
Yeah.
This was a good round for Makhachev, though.
Well, it was the only round he did anything. Really.
That's it.
I saw a couple there was maybe round 1. He was tagging him with jabs and punches. He might have stole that round. Who knows?
I think Makhachev got the first round and the last round. That's the peekaboo.
Oh, right in the
Yeah, no, Ramos won the first 2 rounds, but the last like I said, he got that out of nowhere. He was doing so great with his combos, and he clipped him and dropped him.
That was nice.
But if the entire thing had put him on the floor, you should have done it a lot. I don't know. That was, and that started at what? That was at 4 minutes.
Yeah,
into the third.
Right.
He spent the entire 4 minutes on the ground.
That's a lot of time. Points too for points.
Carter's
for
4
points
minutes.
too. He held it. I mean, he held it pretty well. He did it for 4 minutes. So 4 minutes in any type of sports, like 15.
Looks like he kind of knows he's disappointed.
Yeah.
I think he might have lost him.
I think Ramos lost.
Really?
I think Makhachev got the first round and the third round.
Yeah. He might have stole it just barely.
I feel Ramos.
I mean, that third round could have stole it for me. It was very dominant.
Yeah. Like, because they got to think if they went a 4th round, who would win?
Well, that's
not even-
you have
yeah.
to take that out.
Yeah,
I
take
know.
it in the
I'm
fifth
just
round.
saying.
Yeah.
Who would win? They
Yeah.
went another round.
Yeah, in a fight.
Right.
That's in the sport.
I mean, that's debatable. I've seen fighters do exactly this and then, come back.
Right.
The 4th round, it's dead even.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
need that 5th round.
Yeah.
So it's.
Well, this was a
see.
3-round fight, yeah.
I've seen
Yeah,
This
they're all
was a
3
3-round.
rounds.
They're all
Yeah.
3 rounds.
people
Except the
damn,
last
damn
one.
near dead and
The
still
title
win.
fights.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Buffer, I love his outfits.
Oh wow, it was enough.
That's
Yeah.
surprising.
Wow.
He had him.
I mean, what I saw in the first round, because I mostly missed the second one. What I saw in the first round was
I mean, he had some good clean shots in the first round.
Yeah, he got a couple combo because
He got some clean shots, man.
Ramos was really reserved for the first 2, and
yeah.
he
Yeah.
just defended himself for the third round. Unanimous
Yeah,
decision.
I feel like he got the first and third. I didn't really see the second.
Good stuff, guys. Good
There you
stuff.
go.
Okay.
Probably saying like, I did this for my country.
Yeah.
You
Right.
We don't have the
know,
sound.
the Russian
Yeah.
dudes, the Russian dudes roll. I did this for my country. I trained all my life.
Yeah.
It's always the same spiel. It's always the same thing.
Ain't on my life.
I swear there's a ghostwriter behind.
Yeah.
Like, all right, just say this.
Yeah.
Sound out of breath when you say it. Yeah, just say it. He has 18-1.
He's nice and sanitized. Take him out of the dishwasher. Thank you to my coach. Oh, translator. I was like, oh, there's a coach. No, it's some guy in a flannel. Okay. Cool.
When he hit him with left.
Yeah.
Look at that face.
I see his face. I hit him with left.
Yeah.
Mm.
That was beautiful.
I take him down and I punch.
That was beautiful. Because at the end, all his combos, and they were honestly, they were very powerful, but they were sloppy.
Yeah, it wasn't clean. It
They
wasn't
were
like
sloppy.
square, right?
He was just going in and.
All right, guys. The co-main is coming up next. Felder and Barboza.
Go ahead, Josh. Say it.
Let's
If
see
you're
if
not
our,
tuning
let's
in.
see if our
I'm pumped, man.
Yeah.
like I said, I just all fighter. I don't know.
Very good fight. I trained tough.
If he dies, he dies.
I am not smiling. Smile.
I train with bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's video footage of him with bears.
Yeah, that's great.
It's crazy. And they're not like bear cubs. They're like full-on bears.
Not teddy bears. We're talking about like
Yeah.
by the Bama Cub and everything. It's-
Brazilians too. Yeah. Sometimes my family don't have food to eat. I love when they do it though, because it's like,
No, they're
you
fighting.
see the
for it.
difference
Yeah,
between
they're
American fighters and foreign fighters.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're-
look, it's
Yeah.
Dean. Hi, Dean.
Dean.
Did you see the Instagram post he did?
No.
He was in this mall in Abu Dhabi, and he takes the Instagram
Dean.
live video, and he goes, behind him is a Popeyes.
Oh.
Dhabi.
Okay.
And he goes, doesn't matter where you are in the world when you see a Popeyes, and he pans his phone over, and it's a black Muslim family eating Popeyes, and Matt Sarah's like, oh my gosh.
Sarah.
I said, Dean, you're
I
God,
was-
you're terrible. You're so terrible. That man's obsessed with Popeyes. When
When I
Forcing
touched
was
down, I was
Popeyes,
really
he was
disappointed
sorry.
to find out they ran out of sandwiches. How do you do
we
that?
ran out of sandwiches like 2 months ago.
I know.
But
Well, I
did you-
didn't know until I
Like-
landed
But did you see the black people promoting it though?
on Instagram.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah,
Instagram,
yeah.
Twitter,
I only had
Facebook.
Instagram, but I saw this one video that they basically made a meme. It was a dude. He's in a room with his wife, and he's like, "Baby, I had this
Yeah,
sandwich,
yeah.
and everything tasted like chicken,
Right,
the
yeah.
pickles."
The pickles even taste like, yeah.
And that went viral, and I was like, man, I really have to. When I land, I'm gonna have that Popeye sandwich, and then I landed, and they were out.
Yeah.
I didn't run out.
They've been out
I mean,
for like
because-
2 months.
No, I'm serious. Like
Everybody's
like
like,
it-
sorry,
like, people
Chick-fil-A,
don't
I
understand
did
like the power
Popeye
of
has
the
no
black dollar,
sandwiches.
bro. No, I'm not kidding you. Like I'm
Black
not
Twitter
even
was going crazy over the Popeye
like
sandwich.
I'm telling you, like
Somebody got shot.
like they said it was
Did they?
it was
I know
they
we're
said it was
talking about chicken
$26.4
sandwich. I gotta-
million
I don't
worth of advertising that.
Guys, that's
It's not
Barbosa's
really-
fighting. Let's go.
For free.
Yeah,
For free.
like it was crazy.
Let's go. It's not gonna land, but let's go.
It's just, it's crazy.
No, it went viral, and I was like, at
Look
first,
at that guy.
it's just a chicken
Look at
sandwich, and then
There
everybody
we go.
was like making memes and.
And there's this crazy man.
I think I've seen it
Paul Feder.
before. I think so.
He's there. It's definitely. It's going to be an exciting fight. I'm not. I love Edson Barbosa. I just don't. I don't think he's going to win, unfortunately.
Ooh,
It was nice.
Yeah, but we'll.
all his highlights. I haven't watched his full fights, but I saw all his highlights. Barboza.
Mm-hmm.
He's a vicious.
His
striker.
highlights are beautiful.
He's a vicious
Beautiful
striker.
highlights,
I mean,
but it's backwards spinning.
yeah, spinning back fists and
All
spinning
day.
elbows.
Both are
like-
quick though, so I don't know.
Well, that's the
We'll
thing
see.
too. It's you have those fighters that, and you guys are talking. I know the whole billiards thing you guys came up with, but it's there are certain fighters that bank on all those like extravagant
Yeah,
shots.
Pettis.
Yeah.
First one,
Pettis, exactly. So you have people like that, and you have people in more traditional,
orthodox. Yeah.
But then you have crazy people. You have Jones with his his knees and his Supermans, and and then
MVP is a good example of that. He's very flashy.
What was the other guy, man?
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say? Who was?
MVP, Michael Venom Page over in Bellator. He's like that. He's a
I
great
love
example of flashy.
He's extremely flashy. He's
Yeah.
he's very entertaining. I love watching MVP fight.
I forget his first name. Was Benny Henderson or something Henderson?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? He was always about. Yep. Yeah. I liked watching him fight, but you never knew if he was going to win. It was always hit or miss, just like Pettis.
But yeah, you have those flashy fighters. You have the ones with the outstanding footwork, but sometimes the outstanding footwork doesn't really.
Yeah,
you don't have. Can't really do much.
Exciting to watch, but.
Oh, it's exciting to watch. Oh yeah.
Masvidal was like that earlier in his career. He seems to kind of.
My two fighters that I like watching that I feel are very exciting to watch, and we'll go back to Mike Perry. Mike Perry, win or lose, that man, he's fun to watch.
Who's that?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
He's from Orlando.
Him.
Was he featherweight? He's fun to watch. He's definitely fun to watch. And then Justin Gaethje is another one.
I like Gaethje.
Who's his record isn't outstanding in UFC. Neither is Mike Perry's, but they keep him around because they're entertaining. There are those types of fighters, and then you have my favorite fighter, my favorite underdog fighter, and maybe it's because I saw him in Orlando. I like Sam Alvey, and Sam Alvey is one of those bottom of the barrel
Sam Alvey's a cool dude.
I love Sam Alvey.
Yeah.
And lights up a room physically.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's a great fighter, but he's one of those reserve fighters that have this punch that will knock you out, and it comes from nowhere. And then when he's done, he just smiles and he's an entertaining fighter too. He's not as crazy as the other two, but he's definitely one of the fighters I enjoy watching. But
there's another fighter I'm looking forward to see his career. He beat maybe a few months ago. He beat BJ Penn with a leg hook.
Oh, Ryan Hall.
Ryan Hall, yeah. I want to see what he does, man, because that was amazing. Watching that one was amazing.
Mr. BJ Penn all over the news.
Yeah, I mean BJ Penn that's the natural.
Yeah, he's got a lot of issues.
Yeah, of course.
So,
I mean, most of them do.
I think it was a good call they cut him, because that was just.
I mean, he was older,
He was older, but hell, Dean fought him. Dean's been retired since 2011. So he should have retired a while ago, but. But just the whole stuff that happened, and then he can't handle it anymore.
But he thinks he can. That's
it's.
Did you guys see the fight with Chuck Liddell and
Oh God.
Tito Ortiz.
Tito Ortiz recently?
I mean, it wasn't that recent, but like maybe a year ago.
Yeah, I unfortunately saw that fight.
Yeah, I saw it too. I was like, what is
that
this?
Bring it back.
But that's
Chuck Liddell is in no mental capacity to be doing anything else besides probably sparring.
I mean, kind of the same thing with like Randy Couture. Like they get older and they still have fight in them, and their body is.
But
it's a good move to cut DJ Penn.
But Chuck Liddell has just how his seeing him in interviews, and now that I can say this, when we did the roundtable discussion and watching, we had 3 MMA fighters and we had 2 boxers. We had, Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe, and then we had our 3.
Oh, I saw that. That was cool. Yeah.
MMA fighters. We
can't believe that.
King Mo, Charles Rosa. He was a nice guy. We had Charles Rosa, we had King Mo, and we had Greg Hardy. And yeah, they're all, a lot newer in the game, but just their mental standings. Riddick Bowe, I love the man. He's a sweetheart, but talking to him, and he just turned 52. Talking to him is like talking to like a 5-year-old child. And Evander Holyfield, is getting there too. And it's just, I love them both, but you have, and Chuck Liddell
boxing life. I'm glad they
is
so
on
much.
that path too, but also he had, a lot of substance abuse. But that man is like mentally, I don't know why they let him fight.
I mean,
really don't know why they let him
that was what's his name? I keep forgetting everyone's name. Oscar De La Hoya. That was his promotion. He wasn't caring about
that. It was all money.
He wasn't caring about
And well, no, Dana White felt that. He goes, he shouldn't be fighting. And Oscar De La Hoya, it was
green. He took advantage.
He did. Here, I'll give you. I know you don't have any money. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I'll set up a fight.
Here's $20,000. I need you to fight. And well.
T-Rex.
Dog.
No, this.
Oh.
Yeah, and Tito got a lot of backlash for that too. Because right at the end, he did his celebration. It was like it was whack.
That was rough.
Poor sportsmanship for sure.
That was really tough to watch. I'm rooting for Barbosa. I don't think he's gonna win. So, but we'll see.
I'm on the same page. I'd like to see Barbosa win.
But we'll see what's going on.
Oh wow, he's good.
They're in bleachers. Huh? Are they in bleachers or are they in seats? Those look like bleachers. Interesting. Vegas odds -150. Well, it's pretty.
We'll see.
That means it's pretty even. So I love his blazers today. It looks like just a piece of bad tapestry. It does. It looks terrible. Mr. Herb. He teaches referee classes.
Oh.
Looks like you? What are you? No, thank you.
Have you watched any of these fighters?
I don't remember seeing these cats fight. I thought I might have, but sit up here. Sit up here. Stand up there. Just go your way.
Right.
This territory over here.
I think it's
Leave it over there, though, okay?
this one will be a KO. Someone's getting knocked out.
They didn't have a KO last time.
Felder's coming out with the pressure on him, huh?
Mm.
Ooh.
So I speaking to you, saying hello.
Oh, he doesn't want to stand up. He doesn't want to stand up anymore.
What happened? What happened? Anything exciting?
I
I have to stand. She's crying. I'm gonna try to watch as much as I can. She likes to cry during the co-main and the main
You caught a
event.
stiff one
Always,
to the nose.
without question. So it's. I usually check Instagram for highlights because I can't watch anything. So.
My internal clock is like messed up because it's the time of day it is. When watching UFC, it's all thrown off.
Well, then you've had 2 of them in a row. You know.
Yeah, it's true.
Like I was talking to somebody asking them if they wanted to come by tonight or come by today, and they go, "Well, tonight I have plans." I said, "That's fine. I didn't ask what you were doing tonight. What are you doing in the next?" So, oh, where are they?
Really
Abu
high
Dhabi.
shoulder blades.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, so oh,
Ooh, a nasty cut.
this is how many times have they fought?
Once. This is the second time they fought.
First time was a decision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barboza won by decision. That's a nasty cut.
Yeah. Oh man, matches his hair. I almost didn't
If
see
it goes
it.
into his eyes, it could be a big problem.
Yeah. Well, can't they? They'll stop. Oh, what's going on? What are you doing? Stop it. Clean it. What's going on?
Yeah, doctors have to come in and check on it. If it's blood getting into his eye, they'll stop the fight because it's unsafe.
Oh no, Daddy. He's a mess.
He's a mess.
That was. Oh, let's see. You okay? You okay? Okay. They could have cleaned him up while he was over there, but whatever.
They leave that for the corner, don't they?
Yeah, I know, but let's see what happens.
Shit, what?
Nice combos.
Combo panda.
Yeah, he's not winning these exchanges. Oh, that would have been devastating.
Well, like rested on his shoulder. Come on. Let's go do something. Coming in with that elbow. That was nice. Yeah, but it was nice.
That switch body kick he was throwing, they threw that a lot in Thailand.
This is. If he has that cut up on his eye, I don't see this. I don't know if I see this going to 3 rounds. Because if Barbosa's smart enough, he's going to open that face up more. He's really not going to be able to fight. Well, we'll see. She got 22 seconds. One thing I've noticed that Paul does is when he comes in, people, he doesn't throw fists, he throws his elbows, and it's, I don't see that too often. But that's, there we go. Go clean your face.
All right, what happened this one?
You got open
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started gushing.
Doctors checked it. Davey let him fight.
Where's the cut?
You want to go?
Thank you.
You're welcome here.
Thanks, Daddy.
Welcome, son.
Like that little reverse.
Yeah, that's only because it's off balance.
Yeah. Especially when you get kicked in the leg.
Right.
It's gonna be played again. Don't hit on his head again. Don't do it. Don't do it. That is what
That was a nice combination.
Yeah.
That's going to my ass. I'm gonna follow the dog.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow them.
Okay, go follow.
Oh. It's a great name for him.
Yeah, that one caught him right in the gut.
So Barboza got the first round for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Daddy, can you
Keep-
say a popcorn?
I keep trying to
Okay,
remember
sure.
where I've heard that name Barboza from. That's the pirate's name from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, what is it?
Right.
Where I heard that from, Barboza.
Ooh. Ooh. The short stabs. Chop right in the middle.
He's covering it. That hurt.
Yeah, like your eyes start. It's like he's pressure points.
Oh yeah, he got him good. He cut him open bad and sliced him up from the bottom.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah, he sliced him up.
I'm going for that arm.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's getting in his eyes.
Spacey, I need that.
Ooh.
Take him down again?
What?
Sit down.
Oh no!
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
He's got his wrist. See how he's locking his arm like that? He has both hands on his wrist. All he has to do is extend. That's an arm bar.
And he has to submit.
If he doesn't want to get hurt. Arm bar is dangerous. You don't want to lose your arm, bro.
They're gonna bring the doctors in to wipe the blood off here in a second.
Yeah, this is a fight, bro.
Yeah.
Barboza's a little tired.
Only he eats hog cheese.
Oh. He got the first two. Yeah, Barboza needs a second.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you attack.
Felt his confidence get back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's feeling he's not even or not like that. That's like some people that pressure and you see your own blood, like you're like
Yeah. Leaving on me.
oh, come here. What you doing, man? You're a little intimidating.
I keep seeing him go for my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to you until what you want. Yes.
And he gets in my face and just staring at me. I keep seeing him just snap and go for my neck. It's
Yeah,
over.
nah, he's you want her to fly.
Excuse me.
Oh, is he now?
Looks like he's coming back a little bit.
He got out of the tubes though.
I don't understand why guys in the UFC don't know how to crossface.
Crossface?
Yeah, it's like it's a basic move whenever somebody goes in the shoot. Where you take your fist, your thumb, and put it at the bridge of your elbow and turn away. No, like it's like it's so basic. Like I feel confident that I can stop weights. I can stop 80% of the takedowns that anybody would take.
No matter what.
Anybody from the UFC.
How do you put your hand?
Yeah, like that, like this right here. Put on your own. Put right here.
I can.
It fits right in.
Yeah, and then just push it like you
to the side or something.
Yeah. Like it's a basic move, bro. Like if there were like 10 fighters in the UFC, one after the other, sent into the ring to take me down, like I'm sure I could stop 8 out of those 10.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'm sure of it. Like look at this. But you put your arm like that. You don't do that.
I don't think they're allowed to.
Did they stop the
fight
fight?
Do that. That's legal.
You can punch somebody in the face. Like you can put your thumb in somebody's bridge of their nose.
Yeah.
As long as it's not an eye poke.
An eye gouge or something. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. It's a gouge.
Just
but you're not going for his eye. You're going for the bridge of the nose.
Yeah. Oops.
Well, did the doctors come in or
right,
no?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing in wrestling, but now I do. I'm glad I learned it.
That's like full Nelson. You put your arms straight up. It's one of those.
I can't believe they made it to round 3.
Yeah.
That's not too useful in UFC because you need to be able to access their neck.
I saw it.
Yeah. But you will see like suplexes and stuff like that. Like Robbie Lawler suplexed Ben Askren.
Oh. That's the last round. There you go.
Who won the last round?
I'll give it to Felder.
Yeah.
I think right now they're 1-1.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Please do it. Please.
Hey,
Please cut him.
you missed it. You cut him from the bottom. He was giving him elbows to the top of the head. It was pretty vicious.
Oh, now you're playing a game. Oh, yeah. Now it's a game. I fall for it every time. Oh.
No, I watched the fight. She's more into football.
It's like you done.
Here you go.
I guess they got to leave it all in the ring.
You're gonna keep going.
Someone's got to like convincingly take this
Ooh.
round and win it.
Yeah. And they're trying to like, all right, he just hit me twice, so I gotta hit him at least twice.
Well, it's the last round. I mean, go all in or lose.
Unless you know you won the first 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just walk around and protect, kill time. Yeah, there's a lot of strategies like that.
And there's a lot of time left.
Yeah, but fans don't like to see that.
No.
You still have to put on a show, even if you're being concerned.
Hey, is that me?
Well, that's another thing too that bothers me that a lot of fans don't understand is when they're on the ground, grappling or whatever, a lot of them, or they're up against the fence, they're still working.
Yeah.
So a lot of fans will say, break it up, or having
100%.
they're working,
Yeah.
and it's rough seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Actually, Tyrone Woodley is accused of being like
That man loves the
exciting.
fence, and
But
he needs to always get
I
off the
think
fence.
was one of the greatest that I've ever seen. He's a winner, even though he's boring for some people. I don't think he's boring at all.
He has a bad habit of hanging out on the fence.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but he's winning. You know what I'm saying? For
He
me, I
does,
can watch
but
it and I'm
he
excited to see it.
automatically goes to the fence every time. And
Oh, he was
It's-
Kamaru Usman wasn't.
that was a rough fight to watch.
He
Because
dominated.
He just like gave up the entire fight. That was rough to watch.
Hey, Josh, what do you think, Felder so far?
Man, this is the tough round to judge. I mean, I think Felder's probably landing more of the shots. I'd like to see the little striking number count pop up again.
Yeah.
I think Barboza is fighting a smarter fight this round, but all this retreating though it's not serving him well though.
Right.
No, you gotta watch the fights.
Yeah, he's Felder wants
Just those elbows, man. Those elbows.
Well, I think it's just Barboza wants to keep it at a kickboxing range, whereas Felder kind of wants to get and make it dirty, make it a dirty boxing game.
Yeah.
Have they gone? I'm sorry, I'm like in and out because of the baby. Have they gone to the ground yet?
Yeah, they went to the ground
Okay.
for a little bit. That's when Felder was slicing them up from the bottom with the elbows. He sliced up Barboza from the bottom.
You probably saw that highlight. It was
pretty bad.
Well, come on. Okay.
I'm thinking the judges will see that Felder is the one pressing the pace this round, and a lot of his strikes are landing.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll see that. I don't know.
I mean, although he's gushing, they don't consider that.
no, it's not the damage you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Nice.
that's not good.
It's not enough to win though.
Right.
He's got 5 seconds left. It's over.
That's done. Yeah.
Nice Barboza lost that.
Nice try.
See, I knew it. I knew Barboza would.
No, you called it. You called it.
Oh.
I didn't know what Felder had, but no.
He reminded me of a little bit that first round. He reminded me of there was a 2-piece he did like Connor. Oof.
Yeah. That switch kick they throw it a lot in Thailand. It's hard to see it coming. Yeah.
Especially if you're good at it.
Well, when you see one leg go up, immediately you think I'm going to check this kick,
And then you get hit from the other side.
and then he switches feet and hits you on the other side.
Yeah.
I think
If you don't know,
a better round, but he just
didn't have enough time.
he just didn't he didn't capitalize on his decisions.
Right. Especially being
And
behind.
especially like retreating. See, like he's like, to me, from a technical aspect, I think that he's fighting a better fight this round.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Yes, son.
No.
That's okay.
What do you think, Josh?
I don't know, man. That last round is tough because he got the takedown at the end.
There it is.
That's tough, man.
Wow.
Significant strikes. Yeah.
I mean, I think Edson definitely won the first round. I think Paul definitely won the second round. That third round it's tough.
Yeah.
We had 70 points. Did they tally it up like that? Or?
No. That's significant strikes landed.
Yeah.
The points are 10. Well, 10 not a 10 must system.
Just one of
Maximum they can get is 10 points around.
Yeah, it's not
Right,
what the judges
okay.
saw. Well, sometimes judges miss things,
Yeah,
you
they're
know,
missing.
and
Right,
it's referees miss things. And it's
I mean, split decision. Let's see.
I don't think so. He's split.
No, I think Felder got it.
Wow, 30-27 for somebody.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't justify Barboza winning.
good, okay.
All right. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
He's
All
cruel.
right.
Why
I
did
called it.
Why
I knew it.
did he put his hand
Yeah,
up?
that's fair. That's fair. That's all
I
right.
gotta have
That's fair.
Put his hand up.
Yeah, see, Norm, no.
That was a good fight, though.
Well, I mean, like, it's emotional for fighters.
Yeah.
They put a lot of work in. They probably counted him out. He lost to Barboza. This is his chance to come back. Barboza's rising up
Well, there's gonna be a third fight.
after beating him.
Oh, they fought already.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of the clout he has now is because of him. And if you're a fighter and you're like, I know I'm better than him,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Let me get another shot.
Doing all this work and he finally won.
No, Nora, this next fight's very important, okay? So let's Let's try
So
to.
yeah, I'll just eat the Joker card.
Let's see if we can
Trump
I'm
card.
gonna do it like that.
if we can stay okay for like 25 minutes.
Oh, it's 5 rounds of 5 minutes, right?
Yep.
Everything else is 3.
Everything else is 3. When it comes to title shots, there's always 5 rounds.
This is the title coming up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
So if anybody's got pee,
yeah.
go pee.
That's my cue.
Well, they're gonna show a highlight reel from both.
I think I might take them.
Oh yeah, you still got probably 10-15 minutes for the actual
Yeah, I
fight.
feel like it's gonna show each side, their highlights, their interviews. I'm going to beat his face, and then you know,
I'm going to smash him.
pretty much, and then
So
then the intros and the blah blah blah.
Wow.
yeah.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
So,
But good for him. That was
I get high me feeling.
so. Now we got 1-1. They'll fight again. Well, we've got
Yes,
2 cuts.
yeah.
Oh man. Okay. No, it's been a good fight card so far. Better than the last. Wasn't the last pay-per-view the Max Holloway boring fight?
Max Holloway.
Mm.
That was Max Holloway. I don't know if it was the last pay-per-view or the pay-per-view before. I was thinking it was the pay-per-view before. It was. We were all falling asleep back here. It was rough to watch. It was like a gentleman's like fun boxing match. It was not exciting at all.
Protect yourself.
It was like one jab, all jabs. Yes. Daddy's not here. You and me all. Okay. Come on.
Skyfall.
Here. Come on.
Yeah.
The greatest movie of our generation. It's always these. I was just thinking to myself, like, another World War II movie. Is this World War One? 1917 World
You know,
War
one
One.
of my favorite like war movies is Saving Private.
That's a great movie.
Yeah,
It's a
like,
great movie.
like my job, like I used to be in the army.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And they had like when they landed on Omaha and threw the bang wars in there, blew up the Constantina wire. Like that was my job. Like what I did there.
What's that?
I blew up stuff.
Like demolitions?
Yeah. It's like really cool.
Yeah, man. Like the stories I've heard from, like I had a buddy who was a ranger, and then I had a friend whose father was a Marine for 20 years. He was a sergeant, and he was telling me like people make explosives that are like they teach you how to make it like household chemicals and stuff. And it's crazy. It's wild. Yeah, my window came and went. I didn't pull the trigger on the military.
Yeah.
I would have loved to. Like my buddy who was a ranger, like I was just like, man, I wish I would have joined, man. I would have loved to be a ranger.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dangerous. He was telling me just in Mexico and Central America, and the cartel was shooting at him. He tried to Humvee.
Yeah.
Then bullets were bouncing off, and but at the same time, he got to serve.
I'm excited, man. I'm pumped for this fight.
McGregor, what a disappointment.
Though, it went exactly the way I thought because I knew there was nothing that Conor could do against him. I knew it was going to be exactly like that.
I mean, he's taken 3 years off, and hoping to myself, he spent some of that time learning a ground game,
Like he's still talking about that rematch. He don't want none of that smoke from Khabib at all. He don't want it. He does not want it.
Yeah.
The best thing Conor could hope for, I wouldn't even worry about the belt at this point. If I were him, I would just stick to like, exciting fights, like another Diaz fight or Masvidal or something like that, like money fights. I wouldn't even. He's not beating Khabib.
No, not McGregor. I mean, anything.
Like,
He could land a punch, but Khabib doesn't give that space to take a punch like that. He's, he moves his head just enough to avoid the big blows and closes the distance and takes them down.
He's very tactical.
Muscles them. Yeah, it's all tactics with him.
Well, and I was mentioning this before with the Ali Quinta fight, the only fight with him that's gone all the rounds is, I think he was a little cocky at first because when Al, I think, I want to say it was like the first or second round, actually clipped him, he was in shock.
yeah.
And he started going down, and I was scared because he probably thought, oh my gosh, no one's ever like made it this far.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I said, this is going to be his first loss. It was, it was.
Well, there was a couple of points in that fight. It was questionable because Iaquinta stuffed a couple of his takedowns.
Exactly.
And I think Khabib was kind of like, oh shit, I gotta not take this guy so lightly. This is a real deal guy. So
yeah, exactly. That's why I said, I know he's better than this. I'm not saying, Ali Quinta's not good. Ali Quinta's great, but I thought he completely underestimated him, like you said, going into that fight. Like it was just like a, like a Michael Johnson type of
what's funny is I think Iaquinta had a proper training camp against Khabib, I think that he probably could have done more because I think Iaquinta has those tools. Whereas, like I said, you don't need to out wrestle Khabib. You just got to be able to stuff the takedowns. That's it. And I think if you can stuff the takedowns enough to frustrate Khabib, I think you can beat him because Khabib's stand-up game isn't that good. Like it's amateur at best. It's really not that good.
His whole focal point is trying to get you taken down.
Yeah.
So
I think his stand-up's a little underrated. He's decent. He's not a great striker at all. He's not even above average. I would say he's about average.
Yeah.
I've seen him move to angles where he can get off punches, but
he's persistent and he just digs and he digs and he digs.
I guess it's just one of those things, like we can sit here and talk about it all day long about, well, all you have to do is this against Khabib.
Yeah, true.
But it's like, like it's easier said than done. And it's, we can sit here and quarterback it from the couch and quarterback it from my chair all day long. We can do that. But at the end of the day, no one's been able to do it. 27-0,
Yeah.
Exactly.
I honestly, I hope Dustin does it. I really do. I personally, I just don't like who Khabib is. He's just a mean dude.
think we'll know within the first couple rounds. I think we'll know in the first couple rounds how it's going to go.
What's going to happen. So, I'm excited. I'm so excited. Oh, you still got 5 minutes. But he's one of those elite fighters that only fights once a year. I was telling Justin, who I haven't seen in a while? Angela Hill. Angela Hill was fighting. She got an award for fighting the most because they usually fight 2 or 3 times a year. She fought 3 times in 4 months.
Who's that?
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah.
She's a flyweight, and she's she's in the middle. She might be numbered, but she's one of those high numbers. Actually, I don't think she is numbered. I don't know, but she fought 4 times in 3 months. She was on a roll. She lost her last fight, and that was 3 months ago, and she has not fought since. I don't know if she just said, "Okay, I'm done. I'm taking a break." but she actually was nominated for an ESPY on like the most consecutive fights back to back. She was unstoppable for a while. She wasn't fighting anybody big, really anybody who was like really high ranked numbered, but she was winning. So okay, guys.
Are they still taking wrestling out of the Olympics?
No.
I remember that was a thing. Yeah, I don't know why it just hit me.
They added softball.
I think I saw like rings or something.
She hasn't played that with a lot of kids. Mostly Braxton, Beth's son. So that's nice. And he's being very nice. So
She does this thing with the goldfish where she pretends like she's gonna give it to you.
I know, she's terrible. She does it with the dog too. And I yell at her. Can't tease a dog like that. And it's like it's funny too because how they're painting him out. He's like Dustin's this wholesome, Nola. Oh, he's from Lafayette family man. He needs this win. Whereas like Khabib is just like with his 40-person entourage and the entourage. Justin was asking. Justin's like, "Why is his entourage so big?" I'm like, "Well, last time, he was out. Somebody, tried to attack him. So he's probably got this huge entourage."
Right.
So,
well, we were talking about this Thursday. Was that it's interesting, right? Like when a guy gets on a winning streak, everybody gets behind him, and then there's this hype train, right? But it's almost like there's also another side is once you win too much, people kind of start turning against you because now they want to see you get beat, right? So and that's in boxing, that's in MMA, that's that's in any sport. You win too much, then all of a sudden people don't like you again. It's like they love you when you're coming up, but then when you stay up there, no one likes you anymore. And I think that's what Khabib's at.
Chicago Bulls in the early '90s and Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. Now people just want to see Khabib lose now. It's kind of getting to that point. He won so much. Everybody's getting sick of it.
Like, oh, this is fixed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That's Khabib?
That is Khabib. I follow this girl on Instagram. Her Instagram name is Mini Khabib. Okay, she's this 11-year-old girl who's practicing, MMA and stuff like that. I think it was like one of his I don't remember a couple years ago. He gave her his hat, and the hat is very symbolic to his culture. It's kind of like a rise against.
That wig thing he's wearing.
So it's a traditional piece. That movement was started. I read about it. Started in the early '80s, but it's like I don't want to say it's an anti-disestablishmentarianism type of movement, but it's a rise against the government for the people. So that's why he wears this hat. And
he's from Kazakhstan, yeah.
No, he's from Russia.
Okay.
So, but with Mini Khabib, what she does, it's so funny because she gets every fighter to wear the Khabib hat and post pictures, and it's so fun. But she goes to every fight. This 11-year-old girl. Her dad drags her to all these fights, and she goes to the open workouts. He calls her out. He brings her on stage. It's this little relationship they have, but. Mini Khabib. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins, he brings her up in the ring because that's how big she is.
You're pretty sure she's there.
Oh, she's there.
Yeah.
I watched her Instagram. She's there, and she's putting Khabib hats on everything.
That's awesome.
So, oh man.
Yeah, when it's bigger than yourself,
This could be a huge upset,
You got that fighter's ear. You seen that?
It could be.
Yeah.
This could be a huge upset. I
mean, it could be. Sometimes fights, they're like highly anticipated. Again, like the Max Holloway fight.
his last fight. It was highly anticipated, and it was jabbing and sparring. There was nothing exciting. And of course, they gave it to him for the points, but it was a very dull fight. You know.
Oh, you
as
know what?
far
I
as,
think
you
I
know,
watched that one. He took him down in the first round, and
that was pretty much it.
and then stood with him the rest of the fight.
The rest of the fight.
Yeah.
And it was just like gentleman, like
like he
jabbing
you
the entire fight.
You could see him, in the ring talking to him as if he was like it was like sadistic. Like I'm beating you. You know I'm beating you.
It was
Do you want to
so
keep
boring.
going? Yeah. Here's
And
another one.
I'm
Do you
saying
want
it
some
as
more?
a fan. It
I
was
like,
just, God, it was boring.
You could see he takes the hope out of his opponents.
Yeah.
He gets him down on the ground and he's talking to him in the ear like I'm coming.
Well, the one Max Holloway fight that was really surprising. I'm a Brian Ortega fan, not as big of a fan, you know, as I am of Khabib, but I like how, you know, Brian Ortega came out of, I want to say came out of nowhere, but he was on a winning streak. And what Max Holloway did to him, the man did not stop. And he stood the entire. Oh God, that was rough to watch.
That's what I was looking for right there. He's an inch shorter, but he got reach. 2 inch longer reach. So like maybe maybe the matchup they were hoping for is, you know, like he said, stuff to take down.
Man, I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous.
Last prediction, Josh. What you got?
I think Dustin wins by decision. That's my prediction.
Dustin wins by decision.
Yep. I think he out jabs him. I think he hopefully he stuffs the takedowns and keeps it standing up and keeps it his game. That's my prediction.
It's not, very possible.
I have no money on this. So.
I hope they both win, right?
And guys, real quick, for those of you watching and tuning in on Facebook and YouTube, last fight is coming on, so we're getting ready to watch Dustin and Khabib. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you that have stuck around with us, well, really for the last 3 hours. So we appreciate it so much. Hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the share button if you liked it. We appreciate it so much.
Smash it.
I am the ultimate fighter.
Yeah.
I
think Khabib's gonna win in round 2.
Round 2?
Yeah.
That's quick.
Yeah.
Round 2.
It's a little far-fetched, but it keeps it interesting.
I mean, it's not so far-fetched. It could happen. It's just.
It's my first time seeing him, so.
It's your first time seeing Khabib?
Prepare to be amazed.
Yeah.
If he gets his hands.
But remember, you did say this is not a fight. This is.
I'm nervous for
Based on
Dustin.
points, it's a sport. It's he's 350 underdog
I think
right now.
Dustin's gonna do well. I just get nervous. I'm not nervous for Khabib at all. Whatever, but Dustin, I'm a little nervous for. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I'll give him the ATT.
Yeah.
Because we work very nicely with ATT. We love ATT. Thank you, ATT. There's the wife and the child, and there we go.
Personally, if I was him, I probably wouldn't have invited them to the fight. Like, I'll see you when I get home, you know?
Cowboy does. Cowboy's son. Cowboy's son's about a month younger than Nora, and he.
Hey, is that girl you were talking about standing behind them?
Wait. Hang on. I believe so.
There was like a little girl standing behind. Now she's gone. Now.
Yeah. That's Mini Khabib. That's Mini Khabib.
He's 27.
She's this American girl. I don't know.
-500 favorite.
Who, Khabib?
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, it's going crazy.
Yeah, right now he's the real champ.
Yeah.
When Jones fights again, he'll have his, you know, he didn't do as well in the last fight as he usually does.
John Jones?
Yeah.
Well, he was low on picograms.
All right.
He was low on his picograms.
I gotta crank the volume up on this one.
Yeah, there you go.
He beat up a stripper when he was done.
I think
So
Dustin's still trying to hype himself up to get in the moment. Khabib's already there.
Just give me up.
Like a little,
he's not there yet.
you guys some more goldfish?
Right. Yeah,
Here.
he's already there, bro. He's there.
Have some more goldfish. Here.
this guy's like,
Here.
Made in a lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no one's a perfect fighter.
Here, I'll hold you for a minute, and then you gotta go
Rick,
play
you
with
can
your
just
side
close
for a
your
little
eyes
bit.
and punch.
Okay, I know. Haha, very funny. Come
A
on.
little tag.
No.
Nora, chew your food. Mm-hmm. Come on. Somebody do something.
Khabib with the classic game plan.
Oh, you gotta snag him. Don't fall. Dustin looks bigger though. Definitely.
Yeah. Definitely longer.
Yeah.
Not by much though.
2.
2 inches is enough to keep them back.
Yeah, if you guys both punch at the same time,
Yeah.
he's going first.
We'll see. Count each other out. Come on. Feel a little more. I'm so anxious. I'm so nervous. Oh. Kind of. Oh, there he goes. You try him.
Okay.
That's his move.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking about before.
Yeah. He's not gonna let him go.
No, he's gonna wear Dustin out. That's what he's gonna do.
Got him. Scramble.
I feel like they should know. I don't know.
Yes.
You should have seen that coming, right?
No, what I've seen from Khabib is that he does single leg takedown. And
Oh.
He twisted that one. Cradle.
I feel for you, Dustin. I feel for you. Come on.
Oh, that arm.
Oh, he like stretched his face.
Yeah, he's.
Oof.
Come on, Dustin.
I'd be surprised if he like stuck his fingers up his nose and twisted his face.
Nah, yeah. I hope he gets. Get up, bro.
No, he's
Oh no.
Oh, he's gonna crank.
You got him.
But you have to. It doesn't matter if it's under the chin because you have the pressure of the jaw, especially if you.
Yeah, the pressure can still crush your jaw.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole lot more bearable though at first than being under the neck.
Are you looking at the clock? Yo, get your finger out of his eyes. What's wrong with you? Oh my gosh.
He's not there.
His fingers were in like both of his eyes.
He's not there yet.
Doesn't matter. He's gonna wear him out.
He's not there.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, Dustin.
He's trying to catch up.
Guy needs to.
Come on.
He's gonna like.
There you go.
Sink in, no.
I warned you.
Could be so comfortable right now.
Oh yeah. Like I said, the only time I saw him sweat was the Ally Quinn.
There you go.
That was it.
Make him pay for it.
Nor.
Where'd that arm come from?
No, you got like 20 minutes.
He is on him.
And it's constant pressure.
Yeah, bro. He's like.
Oh yeah, he's wearing him out.
Yeah.
My eye will not stop switching. It started after the last fight.
There you go.
Mommy's eye won't stop twitching. Here. Have some more focus. I was just looking at this room usually.
Oh,
it's
nice.
hot.
That was good.
It's just the water
But
you're
it's
fucking
not
from the
enough.
pool.
That dude's on him.
Yep.
Mm.
If he can bring it back to his feet,
Maybe.
he's got a chance. Maybe.
Maybe though.
Maybe.
Realize Khabib have a plan for him though. Like
Yeah, see that, right? He's there. He's already there.
executing this plan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And Dustin's just taking it.
He's
Look
just,
at him.
He's reacting. That's
Right,
the whole
right,
thing.
right.
Ah.
Come on, Poirier.
Nah. Nope.
Make it to the next round.
No, that's it. 5 more seconds.
Right.
That's it. Cut.
Whew. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous.
Got him, bro. He got him.
Josh, I told you
I'm nervous.
it won't stop. It's like driving me nuts. Come on. Make a round.
I mean, he did all right considering. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But
He did all right. He survived.
he minimized. I think he minimized for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, that was a round for Khabib, but
Absolutely.
I don't think
Look
he's
at
trying to win on points, bro. Like, he's got the.
He might be there now, though.
It would be hard to win a fight against Khabib on
points. Exactly.
It's never
he's gotta
happened but
stand up.
one time.
He has to just totally just crush his whole plan, like you said.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't seem like he has one. Just
Who's
to
that?
he has a plan, and you see it, execute, capitalize.
Oh, it's always the same. Yeah.
right.
It's always
It's
the
a
same.
system.
Yeah, just swipe you in my face.
Dustin is he's more like I mean,
His plan is to knock him out.
right,
Well,
We can speculate that. you know?
right.
oh, I'm sure. I mean, that's the only way you're
But he's
gonna
playing his game right now.
beat him. Really,
Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's only the first round.
it's only the first round.
Well, I feel like his confidence is up. He knows he can survive it.
He's got
That's
four
all he
more.
got.
He's got
That's
4
it.
more rounds of that.
Right. Still let him get in.
Nor you cannot have any popcorn.
Mm.
Ugh. Oh man. Nor you can have goldfish. You can't have any
Like
popcorn.
that. Ooh.
There you go. Piece him up. Make him pay for it.
Go. There you
Piece
go.
him up. He's got him hurt. Piece him up.
Yeah.
He can't. That's not part of his.
Oh.
Yeah, everyone has the plan for the
Right.
punch in the face.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Look at that. Good for him.
He's a fighter, though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he has a chin. He
He's
can,
definitely a fighter. It's he's throwing him in. He's ducking. He's
Here. No.
his arms are so short.
yeah. But
Oof.
that's part of leverage, you know.
Right. Dustin's got to win.
There we go. There we go. Nice jabs in. I
Snug.
take you to ground.
I take you to the ground. Hulk.
Yeah, you go to
Smack.
sleep now.
Grizzly bear fight harder than you.
I knew it.
I knew it too.
Here comes the elbow.
Yes, he puts his knee on his gut.
Your
Right.
hand full of goldfish. Lady?
Press
He's
down.
gonna press him down,
Mhm.
make it uncomfortable, keep him there until he finds a place to squeeze.
Softball.
Nora, no popcorn.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No. You don't like what?
How like Dustin is it's not looking good for him.
No.
No,
I mean, like, he had the jabs. The stand-up game is,
he had a chance. He has to get him back up.
he has to get back up and
All those
hit him the right way on the money, but it's
small
hard.
punches, those short punches that he's throwing, hitting them in the ribs and the abs. It doesn't look like much,
No, I can't.
but over time,
Like, why do
Yeah.
you
all
get
those
that
bruises and it takes a lot out of you and you're fatigued.
Yeah.
and I'll bring it back up to the Iaquinta fight. Iaquinta is more of a boxer than he does have any ground game. So that's why he was really able to go the distance, was because he kept Khabib on his feet. And it ended up going to decision, but
Yeah,
because
he got up.
Iaquinta's not a ground
Yeah.
and pound type of person. His boxing game's on point. But here.
No space.
All right, let's go do something. What do you want to do? Oh, that's right.
Everyone's quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. Smash that like button.
Very intense.
Yeah, he got him. If he doesn't
I
know.
wonder if my uncle's watching that right now. He likes Khabib, my uncle.
Yeah, me too. For real, bro.
He's a winner. He's
Yeah.
a winner.
Make him work for it.
There you go.
It just seems like this is how Khabib normally trains anyway. You know what I mean? Like this is just a normal day. It seems like it's a normal routine. Like, you know, that's huge, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that in the buttocks and your leg goes, you're done.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh.
Oh.
Round two.
Oh jeez.
Round two. All right. So.
That's it. Oh man. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna win a lot of if I'm gonna win that one.
So who do we give that one to? Just checking.
So strategically, he did that another. If he did that another round, there's only 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
You're on the right track.
Right.
So judging, and like Josh was saying, judging by the first 2 rounds now, what do you know, about styles, what do you think would be the overall outcome?
I mean, if it keeps going like this, could be by decision, if not finishing him, if it keeps going like this.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna stop it.
I mean, the question is though, how much longer? I mean, can Khabib do this the entire fight? Can he just keep putting pressure on him? Does he run out of gas? You know?
Yeah.
My question is how much longer can Poirier keep surviving these takedowns?
That's true.
You get enough space to land some punches.
I mean, he did it. Dustin did adjust the second round right away, but it just fell towards the end of the round.
Yeah.
So now this is his second chance to adjust because the first round was a guess.
It seems to be starting out okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped twitching. That's good.
He's tired.
Yeah.
No, Daddy.
Oh, did you get it?
There you go.
That's a guillotine.
Nope, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. Does he have it? Does he have it?
Yeah,
I think he has it.
though.
Shit.
Yeah, remember I told you.
Wow.
It's usually.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, he has it now.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh.
No. That dude's too small.
Oh, he's gonna get out. He's about to get out.
It's
Oh
too
man.
Wow, that was intense.
His neck is too short, bro.
Now I'll show you the guillotine later.
Yeah,
How
wanna go in the
it's
refrigerator?
easy to defend.
Oh.
He had it locked in like that.
Laid
It's
down
hard.
too, yeah.
It's hard to say, but he called it.
Here, you put this.
yeah. You thought you had Nick,
Yeah.
not your gay friend, comrade.
How you like it? How you like it?
You had Nick, now I have Nick.
Now I have
Wait, what happened? I can't see.
Dustin had him in like a decent like guillotine headlock,
Mm-hmm.
and now he kind of
Oh,
got it back on him in a way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. That's deep.
That's it.
Come
Deep.
It's game.
Oh.
It's game over.
Damn.
Ah! All right,
Game
round
over.
3. I meant
Game
round
over.
3. That's what I meant to say.
Game
Well, that's that round 2 is too soon.
Yeah.
Round 2 is too
Yeah.
soon. Wait,
Oh man.
Nice.
let's see. You guys
That was
can see what he
intense,
could be.
man.
Look at
That
this.
was dope. Bro, that was awesome.
Oh, he went straight for his pop, huh?
That's awesome, bro.
Does that make him 28?
Yeah.
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 That's tough. That hurt. That hurt my feelings a little bit.
Yeah, God, it's so good, man. It's so good. Yeah,
That hurt.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. He did need some humble pie, but sometimes winning is humbling enough.
At least they get a hug at the end.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, yeah, integrity. Yeah.
But all the it's not like that all the time. Though.
Nah.
This is the main card, though. The main fight like that. Yeah, I feel you.
Don't eat that. Don't eat that one. That one's got dog hair on it.
Like I just don't think how soul crushing his victories are.
How soul crushing his victories are.
Yeah, Shang
For
Tsung.
the people he fights,
Yeah.
you must you have to feel for
Hang
them.
on,
And they train hard, bro.
Yeah, no,
And he rips it out of them.
yeah, like it doesn't matter how hard you train, like.
And the whole time he's he trades words. You can see him in see him.
He's the X Factor.
You see him drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's whispering in their ear and stuff.
You had neck.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, look at him right there. I have neck.
I had neck.
This is it right here.
The Head and Shoulders commercial.
Look at that.
He tapped right away, like I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was so deep. Like,
Yeah, you don't want to pass
Yeah,
out.
that's it.
You're gonna faint.
Yeah.
'Cause he's not letting go,
Yeah,
bro.
he
And then
didn't waste any time.
But
He's
the
not
resistance.
letting go.
Oh yeah.
Right away.
It was like, look at this breath.
He gasping.
Oh, excuse me.
Man.
That was good though, man. That was good.
That was good. Yeah, it was good.
Good stuff.
Wow.
He got each round too.
Yeah.
That dude's the X Factor for sure. No neck.
No.
If his neck was any longer, he would have been in that guillotine and he would have tapped out. Right? Because he was close.
I mean, right now he's topping every fighter in the history of the sport. GSP was.
Is he wearing a Poirier shirt? No, wearing a Khabib.
28
Oh,
and 2, I think.
did they do that on accident or is that on purpose? Because that's cute.
What's that?
He switched shirts.
I don't
They
think that's the
switch
goal to
shirts.
be cute though, but they probably switch shirts.
That's
I
cute.
guess.
It's great sportsmanship.
Yeah,
I'm Team Khabib. Give it to
Look at
him. He
that.
won. Definitely.
Well,
Honestly, Josh, I don't know if you noticed it.
There she is.
Oh,
Wait,
she is.
yeah, there's Minnie. Wait, who is that? That's not her.
Minnie
Is that her?
In the beginning, I seen right away like something about Khabib. He had like he was, about like in the moment. Yeah, she knows about being mindful and like he was engaged. Khabib was engaged as soon as he entered the ring.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, Dustin,
Oh no, I don't.
he
know who
wasn't
that
really
is.
there.
That's
Like
not
he was
me.
there, but he wasn't as intense as he was. That's just what I seen off the just body language and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
fight, man. Dustin's he's
Nori,
definitely.
Do peekaboo.
It seemed like that was probably his hardest match. You could just see it in his face.
Peekaboo.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But,
It was an exciting fight.
that was the best one.
But honestly, since you guys have never seen him fight,
I never
that's
seen
pretty
him
much
one.
the majority of his fights.
Right.
That's what they look like.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a system. It's a system. And it just if it works, don't change it.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, so that's.
And if you're doing something bigger than you, like it's not even about you, quote unquote.
I mean, he's pretty much cleaned out the entire division.
That's that big
So-
belt.
But
Yeah, those are the ones you don't like.
I mean,
And now you look like Josiah.
What is it about the belts?
What is he saying, Josh?
they changed the belt structure. It used to look more like.
I don't know. He's saying something about selling the T-shirt or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
Takedown seminar every Tuesday. That's Pops right there.
I bring bear.
I bring bear every practice.
No, I don't think that's his.
Daddy, I
Cool.
don't know what else going on in your head.
Look at that.
See?
No, the belts now compared to how they used to look. I thought the belts looked before. Like I said, they looked like the boxing belts. They were more like traditional. No, they have all this like
No.
diamond cut, like edging stuff. It looks
What's his UFC record?
UFC record?
Yeah, what's his UFC record?
I can't tell you. His total MMA record's 28-0. What is UFC? I don't know. Josh, how long has he been with UFC?
Say that one more time.
Years?
How long Khabib been with the UFC?
Let's say the streak was
5 years.
2015, 2016.
Okay.
Hold on. I'll look that up.
I don't know if it was like 4 or 5 years, but yeah, he hasn't been in it. I mean, for long, but he's pretty much cleaned everybody out.
So what does he do? Does he gain weight or lose weight, or he
It's
just
still in good. Could be
he's beat everyone, so it's he might just
rear
stay here.
naked choke and
he couldn't retire, right?
Oh wait, I'm sorry, I was way off. He's been in the UFC since 2012.
He got him. He was behind him.
And what's his UFC record, Vito?
Well, just in the UFC, 1, 2, 3.
Had some good jabs. You know,
He's 12-0 just in the UFC.
Right.
So he's 28-0 total, 12-0 in the UFC.
Oh, so out of those 28 wins, 12 are UFC?
Correct.
Right.
That's all it was. So,
Wow.
I think he was going to do that.
Oh, you want to go?
Alright.
Yeah, I was just making a mental comparison. Where's his legacy in the UFC? 12-0 is like.
Yeah, 16. He knocked out 16.
you know what? I thought. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
This isn't show.
25.
Never mind.
I do it well.
All right, pterodactyl.
We are the
Former interim. They already updated it.
I don't know. They're hanging out in the cave.
Well, I think this one got away with it.
Okay.
This one.
Yeah, like you guys both punch, both kick. What was the difference? You know what I mean? Like, is that inner
Khabib
inner game.
wears on you.
The inner game.
He's just like he wears on you. I mean, Justin just called me, Josh, and he was like, "So what happened?" And I told him, and he goes, "Well, did Dustin do anything?" And I said, "Well, you know, a little bit in the second round, he like jabbed him a little bit, just kind of like really
We are back.
pissed him off, kind of like trying to swat a fly.
A couple jabs, that's it? What?
I said the first round was just him trying to survive. So it's pretty much what happened. So, but
It looked for a moment though that he had him shook.
yeah, for a
Little 10 minutes,
little
10-second like sequence.
Yeah.
Dude, I think he's about to cry, bro. He's crying.
until a lot of emotion.
No,
though.
it's a letdown, bro. Like,
Oh yeah.
Is when they make it that
It's a
far
lot of
and then-
emotion.
and then lose in that fashion.
right? It's not like he gave his best shot.
No, it's just it was his best was not even close to good enough. Like
Exactly.
he lost in the third
I mean,
round.
I don't even think
Right.
that he
Yeah.
fought his fight. Like, I
No,
don't
he
think
didn't.
that he. I
But
don't,
that's the thing with Khabib. It's like
It doesn't. It's
I mean,
irrelevant, bro. Like,
he doesn't give people a chance to fight their best fight.
right.
They always end in like the third and fourth round.
If the thing is like, if we all know that, he knows that, you know. So going into it with the game plan, it's just tough because in the moment, you know, you're not thinking logic.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, in the moment, you're fight or flight. It's a lot going on in the brain.
well, that was good. I'm not saying it because my guy won, but it was. No, the whole card was good. The whole
Yeah, it was a good card. It was a good card.
Very entertaining.
Nah, we saw Blades fight.
Blades.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Blades.
that was good.
It was a good card. Well, Punchline family, it was a pleasure. We thank you so
Till
much
next time.
for
It was a pleasure.
sharing the time with us. It was an absolute pleasure. Guys, if you enjoyed the stream, please leave a like. Please go over to Punchline with Justin Sims channel on Facebook and YouTube. Go check them out. Give them a subscribe. Give them a like. Man, it was a lot of fun. Again, we've been on here so 3.5 hours and enjoyed every minute of it. Good show. A little disappointed, but it is what it is. Congrats to Khabib. You know, I don't know who's going to beat this guy. I really don't. I
Only Khabib.
yeah. I mean, that's true. That's probably That's probably the truest statement. That's true. Only he can beat himself, and that's absolutely right. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for us for this edition of the Fight Companion Combat Insiders Live. I'm Joshua Furs, and we are out, everybody.
Yeah.